and join us in the alcove. Here with episode 27 of our homebrewed 5th edition D&D campaign, the Chaoslands. As always, before we start, we have a handful of quick announcements to get through, and we will get through them right now.
And now's that time.
We go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and our WODs are uploaded to YouTube every Friday. We also used to do reruns on our Twitch channel, but since Twitch got rid of that very useful feature, we're still figuring out how we're going to go about that.
They sure
and
did.
what the schedule is going to look like.
Yeah.
Soon. Hopefully YouTube soon.
Do give us a follow down below to be the first to hear about how and when we plan to do that in the future. While you're checking out the follow button down below, you'll also find links to all of our social media accounts, our Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Go ahead and follow those as well for all the latest news and schedule updates, as well as awesome character art, profiles, and other fun things.
TikTok. I even made it too. God damn it. Well, there'll be a new one tomorrow.
There'll be some new TikToks coming soon.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot.
Also, a big shout out to Syrinscape, which I actually forgot to turn off for the intro section, so you get to hear some music. Because epic games need epic sounds.
Like that.
Syrinscape is a digital toolset with a collection of amazing sounds and music that we use to improve the ambiance of our game and stream. If you're looking for a way to improve the immersion at your RPG table, go check them out at Syrinscape.com.
Oops. Sorry. I was typing to Ellen that we're live, and I couldn't see it because our video's in the way, and I just said, we are live.
We are live.
We are love.
We are live. Yeah.
Love or live.
That's as good a spot as any to get started, though previously on the Chaoslands.
Make the sound so people won't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ow. Don't worry about it.
Lavin finally caught up to the beginning of the internet.
Yeah. So did
Yeah,
Alyssa.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Have you seen this video, the grape
No.
stomping?
We'll send it to you after.
Yeah, at break we'll have to.
Okay.
It's
Having survived the foray into Ward 3,
Focus.
the Iron Will made their way into Ward 4. With the weird music.
Uh-oh.
We're going into the thick of it.
That's like the Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
And this is after
In search of an old associate by the name of Nipner. Still processing the trauma that he had been through in recent weeks, you enlisted his support to help operate a modified Magitech repulsor cylinder in an attempt to harvest energy from the storms of red lightning that frequent the border of Tina. Why is everything doubling up on audio? Hold on.
I like it,
Stop this.
Two
Like
tabs
an
open.
echo, yeah.
Maybe I do have two tabs open. We'll figure it out in a bit. On your way towards one such storm that you notice forming in Ward 6, well past the perimeter that should be safe from such events, you made your way into Ward 1 to check in with the Big One's father, Yanivok Sparkeye. You found him, as well as the current chief engineer of the city, Harriet Halfstep, in a secret, deep underground chamber of the Prime Conduit Spire. A very important location. The heart of the city, where the strange metallic arcane device known as the Atrion resides and powers, well, pretty much everything around you. It was here, as you figured out your next steps to harvest the energy and refuel the device in order to prepare for it, that Astra noticed Hoku, her pseudo-dragon familiar, becoming quite agitated. Despite her best attempts at keeping him under control, he broke free from her grasp.
Oh no.
He flew up to the large cylinder where the shards of the Atrion were suspended and began to glow in a strange, iridescent hue. And as he did, the shards followed suit, before they snapped into place together into a single chunk, repaired, but still missing pieces. The energy released by this reaction seemed to throw the machine and the entire room into chaos. Harriet insisted on staying behind to try and manage the situation, but urged you and the rest of the artificers to hurry on out of the chamber. As the elevator door opens and you all stumble out of the small, packed chamber into the small alcove in the corner of the main floor of the spire, with Tess looking visibly flustered, 3 gnomes sitting on top of the Big One's shoulders.
So wait, you said that last time, but then you said that what's his name wasn't a gnome. So is he a gnome?
Who's it?
The dude that let us down. You said he was a.
Oh, Tess is standing on his own.
So who's the 3 gnomes?
Janivok. Oh, 2 gnomes.
2 gnomes, yeah.
No,
okay.
3 gnomes.
What?
Janivok, Nipnor, and
Lockley,
Nipnor's
yeah,
a
and the
dwarf
other-
or a gnome too. Oh, yeah, it's Lark or yeah, the
Larkley?
Larkley. Yeah.
Larkley.
Oh, I forgot about Nipnor. Just holding them.
Who's Larkley?
The
Larkley was a
little
scientist.
girl gnome that was like told us that
Had
what's his
theories
titty?
about
What's the guy's name?
Clanko?
Clanko could help
Oh.
us. He may have been working on.
She has glasses like mine.
Had
Yeah.
theories about the storm and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that girl.
Genevieve Larkley.
Genevieve. I'm gonna make her French so he can do his French accent again.
Genevieve.
Genevieve.
Genevieve Lachlight.
Genevieve Lacalite.
So, as you all stumble out of the elevator, you look around. You see Shiro still standing guard outside of the main lobby. He turns to look at you and realizes you're all stumbling out, and you look a little worse for wear. Some of you are bleeding from bullet wounds.
Ow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And Tess looks visibly upset and is looking around, flustered, trying to gather his composure. What do you all do?
What just happened in there? What did Hoku just do?
I don't know. What was that? What was that creature?
He's just trying to help.
Is Miss Halfstep gonna be okay in there?
Tess turns to you and says, I don't know, but I intend to find out. And he starts storming over to some of the guards who are stationed just outside the plaza.
Well then.
What are you all doing? What are the rest of you doing?
I still have Hoku in the backpack. Backpack's on my front and I'm just protecting him.
He seems to be fairly content, and he seems to be almost curled up and looking around.
See, he's so innocent, you guys.
And follow Tess.
As you follow Tess, you can see he walks out of the building, turns to a couple of the guards. Shiro follows him. He turns to a couple of guards and is like, I need a situation update. Go around the ward, take one of the flyers, figure out what's going on. As he looks out over the ward, and as you follow up, you can look out from... So the base of the spire, if you remember, is
raised.
raised.
Yeah.
You can look out over the rest of the ward. Things seem fine.
Is there any signs of power blips anywhere?
Yes, there are some. There's some surges. Everything seems a little brighter than normal.
Yeah.
But it's barely noticeable.
So wait, did people walk out of the spire?
I think they just walked to the entrance.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Tess and
Shiro.
Shiro walked over to the entrance to try and get somebody on
Okay.
a flight patrol.
Right. But we're still inside at the moment, though.
Yes.
Okay.
The rest of you are whatever you want to do.
I'm just jotting down what I saw in there.
Is there, from where I guess I am, can you also see the water beneath the tower, that goes kind of
You and
Yep.
run through?
you can see it from the outside.
You can run to either side of
Yeah,
the building
a
and you can
bridge
kind
or
of take a
something.
look
Okay.
out some windows,
Is
behind
it-
some statues.
Does that look any different, or?
Make a perception check.
So wait, did you go outside?
It
to
is a
look?
little bit down.
I assume that's
You
what
can't
Tess-
look from the... So you would have to go outside, down the stairs, and then to the sides if you want to look from
Yeah.
the outside.
Oh,
From the
okay.
insides, you can try to find a window or something from which you can look out.
I was assuming where's
over the canyon.
Tess right now? Is Tess just
Tess walked out to one of the exits, so the northwest exit
okay?
of the spire. He walked out to get somebody to go run a patrol.
A patrol. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna be by Tess. Tess. I mean, if there's anything that we can be assistance of, just let us know.
Make an insight check.
Can I assist in that? Is it just trying to read him?
It's kind of just trying to read.
Okay, then I will.
It's just an 11.
Uh, 18.
You just seem to gather that he's very, in a rush. He wants to figure out what happened. He's, in a hurry. Kelpier, you can tell that there's, a hint of sadness or, Like he's trying to mask the sadness with like action.
Yeah. Keep yourself busy so you don't have to show your emotion.
Yeah.
I'm not crying. You are.
Diamond is keeping an eye to see if there's any signs of hostility towards Astra or Hoku.
I've killed him.
Make an insight check.
Insight?
Yeah, and I'm just kind of keeping an eye on Spark Guy. Like, did he too look worried, upset, shocked? Like, is he?
15?
The only animosity that you can sense is coming from the big one.
Big boy's pissed.
Worried
You,
more than
you can
pissed?
roll an
Yeah.
insight check as well. Go on, Spark Guy.
Just a 10.
It's hard to read. He seems quite shocked by what just happened. There's a little bit of worry. There's a little bit of like confusion. Like I think he's still just processing things.
Is there any is there anything blocking the exit, or like does it look like they're trying to keep us in, or can I like freely walk out?
Freely walk out.
Okay.
Like the exit that Tess is at, he's kind of like he will notice if you leave. Obviously,
I'm not trying to
but,
sneak
yeah.
out. No, I just want to like walk outside for two things.
Larklight is very closely just following Spark Eye and like looking and kind of still processing. You see her pull out like a notebook similar to like what you were doing and just writing stuff down. Spark Eye's just in shock. Nipner's
I see you write things as well.
Nipner's experienced a lot of things in the past maybe hour that he
Yeah.
never thought he would ever get to see.
Yeah.
So
He's living life.
Yeah.
very shell shocked, but seems fine.
So whatever side I need to go, so I would want to be on, I think, the northeast side, because I want to get out and look to see if the storm is still forming in the direction of like 6, and also if I can get out from the spire just a little bit. I want to look at like up the spire and see if anything's happening to the spire.
Make a perception.
Starts cracking. Yeah.
Nailed it. Perception 9.
So you head out of the spire and you look around. You look up and you can actually see that like your view is kind of blocked. You'd have to go down the stairs and like circle around and like get farther to be able to get a good view up at the top of the spire. But what you can see from here off in the distance, the lightning rift that you were looking for in Ward 6 still seems to be forming. Nothing seems to have changed on that front.
Okay.
You do notice one thing from your vantage point. Ward 6 is supposed to be powered off.
But it's on.
It's on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go back in, and I'm gonna go to Big One, and
I think you're probably the first one to notice that because Tess went northwest, and so he doesn't have a vantage point of that.
So I'm gonna go back in and go to like Big One and Spark Eye where they are. Big One, Spark Eye. It appears that Ward 6 has power. When we were coming through before, I think we saw that the power was out. Is that expected?
That's impossible. There's no shard.
You can see for your own eyes if you go look.
He like immediately ignoring everything else just runs off past you out to the northeast exit of the spire.
Well, perhaps the energy surge was enough. I mean, all of the writing that they've studied suggests that if the device was whole again, it would have enough power without shards needed. So perhaps that's what's happened. But is the stability of this, and I'm looking at Larklight, is the stability of this place going to be compromised? It hasn't seen energy like this in lifetimes.
I don't know. We need to evacuate at least the spire. In case something does go wrong. I don't know.
Is there anybody else in the spire that we need to go and warn?
The council upstairs, and at this by this point, Tess has kind of walked back, and he's immediately like beelining to the elevator.
Is that dark cloud still heading towards?
Yeah, that's what I saw as well.
Is there an opportunity to warn the people of Ward 6 with the power being available?
Your passive perception is high enough to notice this. this cloud that's forming, especially now that you have like a little bit of a higher vantage point and you can look past the wall to the between Ward 6 and Ward 1.
Right.
It's pretty far near the edge of Ward 6. It's not like entirely over Ward 6.
Right.
It's kind of near the perimeter.
Okay.
But still heading.
You
toward-
could-
or-
So
It is over some buildings for sure.
it depends if A, did it get pushed back because of the power? B, will it get, like, if it hadn't made it there and we just couldn't see, will it now stop there because of the power?
Which ward was it that the storm comes like slightly?
That was 8, but
Oh,
we,
okay.
we
It was
noticed
8.
that 6 because of the shit that happened in 3. They took the shard from 6 to power 3, and then a cloud was starting to get close towards 6, like
Okay.
into the city.
Oh, I see. So that happened to 8, and not the same thing.
Yeah,
Goku's a hero.
You're welcome, you guys.
I don't believe it.
When we were
He
in
just killed all the council.
when we were in Ward 3, Galerin sent a message throughout the city. Is that something we can do from here? I think that's what you were getting at, right?
I believe the spires have
In case we need
communication.
to warn people of Ward 6, yeah.
We can certainly try. I mean, if there's power
Shiro
back.
kind of is like still keeping like a little bit of an eye on you guys. He turns and says, "It should be possible. We'll have to get word out. The council and Tess were the only two who could do that." Tess is kind of already like stepping into the elevator. He looks out and says, "I'll handle the council. Let's see if it can get word out."
Is there anything we can help with?
Should we head towards 6 to see if we can do anything with your device?
I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I'll trust your better judgment. I'm going to try and get as many people out of the spire as possible and figure out what's going on. And I hope Half-Step can. I hope Harriet can manage downstairs. And that the door, like the elevator door, closes.
I'll turn to Larklight and I'll just say, please make sure my father gets out safely. And then I'm going to turn to Nipner and be like, follow me. And I'm just going to start heading to Ward 6 with my device.
Larklight and Sparkeye look at you, and Sparkeye actually
I'll
like,
just give him a quick hug. And be like, stay safe.
good luck.
Yeah. I guess look to Shiro on our way out and just say, if it's possible, send word to Ward 6 that a storm is approaching.
Storm's coming up,
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah.
Better get home quick.
Let them know that the storm's coming.
We'll try. I trust Tess has a plan for that. What happened down there? If you don't mind, really quick. Is everything all right? Is Half-Step all right?
I can't begin to understand how this stuff works, but the shards, whatever they are, reconnected, and there was a surge of power.
Okay, sure. What shards?
Remember, like, nobody else has been down there.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the Living Star that you're talking?
It's
Shiro, I think.
Oh,
it's
Shiro, sorry.
yeah.
What?
Shiro is the one
Yeah.
who said that. We'll
I tested them.
we'll see what we can do. He immediately like walks over, and you can see like Sparkeye and Darklight start making their way down the stairs out
Yeah.
the northwest corner. He shouts, Sparkeye before he's leaving shouts out, "I'm going to go back home. Good luck." And, like they start making their way down the
Yeah.
steps.
And I'm not, like, I'm assuming you saw me, but I'm not waiting to confirm with anybody. I'm taking Nipnor, whether he likes it or not. We're going to Ward 6.
Nipnor is a little bit slow to react and is like being pulled along.
Yeah.
And he like shakes himself a little bit and start following you on his own.
It's the first time you've seen the big one actually haul ass.
Caldir. Tess mentioned, if I heard correctly, did Tess say something about sending out a flyer for a patrol?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Tess mentioned that they have flyers to send out on patrols. Do you think you'd be able to? Do you think it'd be worthwhile to ask him if there are flyers that we could use to get?
This motherfucker wants to fly.
To ask Tess?
To ask Tess. I don't know if it makes sense, but that would help us get to Ward 6 quickly.
Potentially. The only thing is, as far as I understand, Tess just went up the elevator and magic doesn't go through that, I think. I don't know if I can send word up to... And I don't know how long he'll be up there.
Useless.
Tess asked the other guy to get it, though, right? Shiro?
He told one of the guards outside to go.
We can
Potentially go
out.
ask them, yeah.
Perhaps that guard would know.
Okay.
Hello, guard.
No.
Timon and Astra, what are you doing?
I think I dug at Astra and say, come on, let's
This
go with the big one.
Do we have to? Is this not proof that my theory was right?
I don't know. I believe
Something
you.
happened back there.
All I know right now, I have to go chase the storm. It's our only chance to avoid a bunch of people getting
Yeah.
sucked in.
Yeah, I agree. We should mosey, but also I just want it on the books that something happened back there after we did exactly what I suggested. And I think if we collect all the other shards, put them back together, have Hoku do his thing again, then
I pull her really close. Listen, I believe you. Out of
I
everyone,
have more proof.
I've always been on your side on this. Right now, we got to go.
Alright, but I'm not talking to big one.
Sure.
Okay,
Keep up.
I'm good.
As you're kind of exiting, all of you are exiting from the northeast side, you flag down one of the guards who looks at you. Yes?
Tess mentioned that you'd be able to help us procure some flyers to expedite us getting to Ward 6.
That's way above my pay grade.
You were able to call them to go out for patrols, right?
He gave the order.
You understand the current situation right now, right? Tess
I'm going
said...
to be honest, I don't really. All I know is Mr. Levistar asked us to do a perimeter sweep of the city. Don't really know why. Don't know what we're looking for either, to be honest.
Part of it involves that, and I'm like point to the cloud out by Ward 6.
He looks at it for a brief minute. He should be fine.
It's not, and this is going to be held over your head. You can't help us here. Can you give us any means of mobility, transportation, to get there as quickly as possible?
I don't think so. From what I've heard, the gate towards 6 is very crowded and closed. Flying would be the best option, but I don't think I can requisition one just out of nowhere. I hope you understand it's a long process to try and requisition one for a freelance mercenary company such as you all.
He just threw paperwork at you.
Yeah, I hope you're okay with these lines then.
He just threw
What's your
paperwork at
name?
you.
I'm not sure I should tell you my name.
Is it a badge?
My name is
His partner kind of walks over and says, "I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do."
Unacceptable. And just walk away. Yeah.
You make your way down the stairs and start following the larger sort of artery street that leads straight to gate out of Ward 1 into Ward 6.
Along the way, am I able to take a peek now over in the water and do I see anything?
So as you exit down the stairs from here, you can see the water that heads out of the spire. Make a perception check.
Which side of the spire are we on?
You're on the
East
east
or
side.
west? East.
So, you're on the northeast stairs that lead out.
7. No modifier.
There's a river at the bottom of the canyon.
Just water.
There's the river at the bottom of the canyon. It's hard to tell if there's any difference or anything.
It's not moving faster or anything along those lines.
Hard to tell.
Yep.
You don't really have a good view of it from over here.
This looks like water. It's wet.
Yeah, it's very wet.
Okay. So you're headed towards the gate out of
I've already left well before these guys, so wherever I'm at.
probably only like 2 minutes ahead, to be honest.
You've never seen Loxit in full sprint, have you?
I mean, I'm sure you only move
So
at
you're
30
walking
feet.
now.
Damn it.
30 feet of move.
I mean, 30 feet for 2 minutes. That's a lot of rounds.
I have 25.
Yeah, you ain't catching me.
Oh, double dash. Triple dash. Damn it.
Dagger.
So are you guys going straight for the gate?
If
You will
the
walk.
big-
You
yeah.
will walk past Glencoe's shop.
Oh, I'm not stopping at Clanko's. Is there a alternate route that I might be aware of, knowing that the gate could, like, I wasn't there when they said that, but knowing that the gate could be full? Is there another? That's it. All right. Well,
There's
then
the
just
gate.
towards the gate.
Sewer system.
Yeah.
Where's
I
the,
can't fit in the sewer
Out of
system.
curiosity, the rivers that run out.
Yes.
Do they go between the wards, or
Yes.
You want to hop in the river?
are there boats?
Are there barrels?
There are no boats. Oh my god, we're city.
There's literally one river that goes from west to east to
Yes.
the middle of the city
Yes,
that goes under the spire.
yes.
Is there barrels?
Doesn't it? It goes.
It divides Ward 6 and 7.
Yeah. Could
To
we
the
not?
east, it divides.
I'm going to Clinton's.
I also don't think you guys realize how far down this river is.
The
It's like
elevator
they
already
built
took
the
us
city
very
on
far.
this giant water thing. It's like
We just
down.
want to take a boat inside.
You could jump off into the river.
Good luck.
I turned
See
into
what
a
happens.
goldfish.
I mean,
You're done.
Yeah.
I would just I could
basically
walk up the
gods.
walls. So
That is
good.
true. You could potentially get out without anybody noticing. But
It's up to you, baby girl.
I'm going to Clanko's.
the rest of you are all walking together, kind of in a rush behind the big one in Nipnor. You all arrive at the entrance to Clanko's. Are you going inside or are you continuing on?
I think he's going.
I've already
in.
continued.
Yeah, you've already
Yeah.
continued.
We're all
You were
going to
going in,
Ward
right?
6, aren't we?
To where?
I think just Arkmir's going to Glencoe's.
I was with Arkmir.
Ward 6 is a long, like
It's a
to
lot-
the
the
road
You
to
guys
Ward
left at the
6
same
is
time.
Clanko's is right
Clanko's is
there.
like right before the exit
Yeah.
to Ward 6.
It's like a long way.
Was a lurk like mentioned that Clanko may have something that can help us out.
What
Assuming
word?
big
Is
one's
it in
not
Ward
that
2
far.
then?
No, it's in Ward 1.
Glencoe's is in Ward 1.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, you gotta redo your whole map.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'll put it here.
Hey, Dad, do you have a map?
There.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Fucking.
Right here.
We need a better map.
We need a map. Yeah, we need a map. That was gonna be the next agenda before the tower exploded with
We
energy.
could take a little pit stop. Find a map.
So who's going into Glencoe's? And are you all stopping or are you continuing on after the big one?
I don't know. Man.
I don't know what you guys were doing because we were stopping. We were talking to
I
other
was
people.
I was following the big one. I was kind of tugging Astra to come.
Yeah, it might just be. Yeah, Arkmir and Kelthir then.
Alright. As you approach and you see the door. There's clearly movement inside. And again, like the neon lights, so to speak, kind of turn on as soon as you approach the door. You can see there's movement behind the door. You can see all of the different bots that you're used to seeing within the place. There is a sign on the front that says closed.
What's bullshit? He knows so.
Just
Boom, boom.
You knock a few times. You hear like some talking going on inside. With your passive perception, you gather that the customer bots are kind of arguing with each other about. But we're closed, and it's really just C-Bot 3000 that's kind of arguing with the rest who are just like
They're
can't
silent.
talk.
Yeah.
He's just arguing with the rest of the bots about we're closed. Maybe they want to see the master. I remember them. They came earlier. Maybe he can. Who knows? Should we let them in? And then from the back of the office, from the back office where you see Michael come from, he appears outside and he looks at you all. Just raises one metal eye, walks up towards the door, unbars it from the inside, and opens it. How can I help?
Quenko, are you familiar with Miss Larklight? Chance?
I've heard of her. Come in. Is everything
No.
copacetic?
Well, everything's not well right now. We're in
I can tell.
We're in a bit of a hurry.
As he turned around and was walking back inside, you saw that on his back is a backpack.
Skipping town.
Are you ready to take off, Quenko?
Well, certainly if this continues. Who knows how many more cycles this city survives.
So this isn't new to you. You're pretty. Seems like you're aware of what's going on in this city.
Well, yes, certainly.
Yeah. Well, we're heading to Ward 6. We were instructed that you may have a construct that could assist us with placing a device within the storm.
Well, any volunteers? He kind of asks the robots. Seabot 3000 quickly ducks behind the counter. Seabot 2000 is just standing beside the door and just shakes his head. Seabot 1000, the Lilith one that was making coffee, kind of looks up
The coffee.
The hero.
and rolls forward on
Oh.
his 2 wheels.
Is that the T-bot?
It's a coffee bot.
Coffee bottle. It's got to start with a C.
Yeah,
He's about
Chamomile bot.
maybe a
Chai bot.
Yeah.
chai bot.
Chai bot.
He's about a 1.5 feet tall, made of mostly electro steel. He's not big.
I did not know
At
he was
all.
that big. Oh man, he literally goes up to my shin
Is
bone.
he gonna lift the?
Yeah.
Just little but it's mighty.
Yeah.
Just got yourself a Pokemon.
How can?
Oh, not this.
Those aren't the droids we're looking for.
What
That's
do you,
not what she said.
What are you doing in Ward 6, if I may ask? It's certainly not safe anymore.
Calcier, do you want to take this one?
I would recommend caution. If you're
You want me to take this one? I think I understand it about as well as you do.
Well, first of all, I think did Miss Larklight say that we needed a particular construct?
As a player, I don't remember any specifics of what she
So
said.
she said that he was working on some secret experiment that he might have been using already or planning
Yeah,
on
that's
using.
all I remember.
It wasn't the bots that he has
Yeah.
in his shop.
this Larklight, I remember she came to here a certain time ago. She was concerned with the lightning rifts, and I checked outside. There seems to be one forming in Ward 6. Is that what you were also interested in?
Yes.
Well, certainly not a convenient circumstance, but I'll consider it. I can cooperate, but I'm not interested in risking my own skin.
He doesn't have skin. My own tin.
If Seabot 1000 satisfies your circumstance, feel free to take him. If I'm here when you return, I can certainly claim him back.
Might be able to help, but we've been told that you may have something else that you're working on that could help us here. Something like, yes.
He starts to think. I can't think of anything.
Unfortunately, we need something a little larger that would be able to carry a device significantly bigger than your little box.
So,
Oh,
both of you,
I know.
when you're there, make an intelligence saving throw for me to see if you can
you would have
remember
roughed
what
them up a little bit.
Intelligence saving.
was implying. Yeah.
I did not
Did you say an intelligence saving throw? Is he doing something to you?
No,
That's
just
what
it's
he
a
does for
memory
memory.
check.
Oh.
That's a 13.
These
Better
both suck.
than me. 8.
Arkmir, you remember the subtext that Larklight was implying was that since Klanko is a construct, he could potentially go into the storm unaffected.
So, really quickly, I remember her talking about like buildings and stuff isn't affected, so constructs might not be affected.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And then we joke saying that the professor could strap it to his back.
Yeah.
That is also true.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, wasn't something that he's working on. I don't remember Klanko. Larklight mentioned that certain buildings and even constructs aren't affected by the storm. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you a construct?
I can't just ask somebody that. You can't sound this quiet.
Well,
See?
I have run a certain
It's amazing.
battery of tests upon myself, and well, all signs point to me being a construct of sorts. Though I certainly have a great amount more, how do you call it, conscience than others. Are you implying that you want me to accompany you? For that would be a mighty ask indeed. Now he kind of looks at you both kind of a little closely. Also, weren't there more of you last time?
They're. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
They're on their way towards 6. As I told you, this is just a matter of urgency. I know. For you, with your assistance, this might mean that you may not need to leave. It may give the city, the life that it, or the help that it needs.
You appear to be an individual of innovation, creation, inventions, research. What we're doing here is effectively a test of great scale. Our other friends have built a device that we wish to bring to one of these storms that may be able to greatly help this city. If you're able to help us with that, it could be a huge accomplishment for everyone involved.
I can't say that I haven't been intrigued by these chaotic rifts. I was thinking of leaving already. Things go sideways. I could simply bail. Make a persuasion check, both of you. Or one of you can do it with advantage, or something.
Yeah, you don't.
I can do it.
Yeah, you do it with advantage. I'm assisting you here.
So. Okay, so that's a 19. That's a 20.
A 20 would fail.
Add to it.
Psychic. Your psychic thing. So,
Scream at him.
Wait, do I do one for each one then? So that's
no, it would just be one roll.
okay.
You
So that's
add that
24.
Damn.
He
Basically asking a conscious being to give up his life potentially to take something in.
And?
he looks at
Okay,
you.
we all
and
think
says,
like Astra's okay. She's like, no big deal. She can carry it in.
I think I'm going to leave, and I will be back in a week or so. You may take Seabot 3000,
Yeah,
go
get
with
my
them.
coffee, man.
And Seabot 1000 kind of like looks a little sad and disappointed.
Oh.
Like, wheels back around.
I just said you can tag along too.
You just
He
replaced
like looks
a
around and like
small guy.
smiles a little. And Planko's like, sure, why not? Just leave Seabot 2000. I need at least someone
We
here
can keep
when I
him.
get back. No, you cannot keep him. He
I'm not
does.
Yeah, she's
here.
not
That's
there.
me.
He heard. He heard the thought.
Do not let the girl cue.
What's the best way to keep in touch with you?
Seabot 3000 has a way of getting in touch with me.
Okay.
Go with them, help them. He's like talking to Seabot 3000 at this point. Go with them, help them. If you find anything of value, bring it back here. If I come back, I'll use it. He looks back at the two of you and says, "It's a bold endeavor you're attempting. Wish you the best of luck. I have grown to quite like the city. It is the only city I know, to be honest. I don't quite know where I'm going to get to once I leave here. I'll figure something out. Have some associates leaving towards Riova's. Perhaps I'll go that way."
Do I believe what he's saying? Like,
Make an insight check.
is he kind of being like, oh, I don't know where I'm going, just to
Or is he
like,
running like a little?
or is he
bitch?
like, I know exactly where I'm going, I'm not telling you guys. 23.
Whispers. This whisper is brought to you by Buble.
Did
Non-sponsored
you
but
know-
tasty.
Did you know that the river in the center of the spire is 100 feet below?
Yes.
Whoa. Also, there's water in it.
Yeah. That is a river. That is what a river is. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Before he, as your Kelp here,
Yep.
does, are you carrying the staff that you found, like the crafted?
I'm not. I think he might be.
Is it just like sticking out of your back?
But it was like wrapped, right?
It's wrapped.
It is wrapped.
Yeah.
Oh, this motherfucker's going to Icefall.
Can I see that staff?
He looks over at you and kind of like eyes the staff.
Spy.
I didn't take you for much of a magic user. It is wrapped, but he can tell by the shape of it as a staff. It's strapped to your back.
I just
There's nowhere else to really put it.
Helps him walk.
trying to dabble in it here and there.
Well, if you ever need a new staff, come by.
Is there anything, speaking of snuff in general, is there anything you think you have here that would help us?
Going into the storm? Assuming these constructs survive, they're probably the best thing they can help you with.
Fair enough.
If there's anything you're looking for, you let me know.
Are you? I believe you're familiar with a fellow by the name of Thorgan.
Ah, yes.
He has that though, doesn't he?
What's his face?
Yeah,
Iron
you
Beard.
actually have something. He has, but
Yes.
he did give me these, or I acquired these bracers off of him, and he mentioned maybe I'll get your assistance on enchanting these, but he did also say that you were in need of help with particular tasks, and I could be helpful there.
Yeah. If I return here, certainly.
See you in Rio.
Enchanting this bracers, if you could tell me what type of magic you're looking for, I can potentially get Seabot 2000 to start it while I'm not here. If you're willing to leave in advance.
I will. Bit of details I'll need to figure out, but I'll provide those to Seabot 3000, and he can relay them to you, or I assume he can relay them to Seabot
Okay.
2000.
I do like the shop. I have to say, I will probably be back. Most likely. Maybe. If the city's still standing in a couple of weeks.
Shall
Perhaps
we?
we should go catch up with the others.
Seabot 3000, Seabot 1000.
Yeah. Enjoy your trip.
Certainly. He like turns around and walks back inside. Seabot 2000 opens the door and kind of looks a little bit sad to see the rest of his companions leaving. And Seabot 3000 looks back at his master and turns around, like trundles forward, walks out of the door. He has to like duck down a little to get through. Seabot 1000 just starts out immediately up ahead in front of you, faster than both of you and Seabot 3000. Like
I love
BB-8.
him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
as you all exit, you can still see off in the distance Timon and Astro. They're hurrying out. No sign of the big one anymore.
Yeah. Well,
While we walk, I'm gonna ask, Lass, what exactly happened in there? Like, what did Hoku do?
I don't know how he did it, but can you keep a secret?
Sure.
I think somehow Hoku and I are connected to these shards.
What do you mean connected?
Well, you saw how Hoku, like he was, I don't know what he did his thing, and then they all like connected together, and then they went all crazy.
I like Astro's description.
What? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, I've always seen your dragon be very, I don't know, excited when he's close to these
he goes
shards.
bonkers for the shards. Okay, but
What's up with that?
I have no idea. I thought at first he just liked shiny things, but
Purple shiny things?
well, no, because I think it has to do with because the boy on the other side of the wall told us to do this, and then Hoku is just as motivated, if not more.
Did you find his name yet?
No, I don't. Stop asking me. No, his name is the boy on the other side of the wall. Moving on.
You make a deception check.
With me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
With advantage because that was some pretty good deception.
That was very, very convincing.
Timon, can you make an insight check?
Can I make an insight check?
Now I rolled my nat 20.
Oh,
Wait, are you actually getting advantage on that?
No.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
she
why I
rolled the
rolled
sa-
two,
she
but
rolled
it
the
was
same
okay.
one.
Yeah,
They're both
Oh,
the
wow.
Yeah.
For 20.
23.
What?
Oh, damn.
You can tell that she's hiding something, but you don't know what.
Wait, you needed to roll to know that? Weird.
I give you a sideways look, but like I don't interject.
My cheeks turned like a darker purple. Okay, but there's something else too.
What?
You know when we had the shards, like in the one shard in our possession.
The one I tried to protect and got the rage of the big one for doing so? I remember that.
Yeah, now I'm gonna get the rage of the big one.
Well,
Dirty.
Damn. Timon took it.
vicious creature.
No offense, you're a little young, Astro. Yeah, I already had him. Yeah. Already had time, and now I'm coming for you.
How come it didn't sound dirty when you said it?
It's the big one.
Yeah.
That's the accent.
Okay, when we had the shard, I may have just been like looking at it and admiring it a little bit, and then one thing led to another. I cut myself, some of my blood went on it, and then it started to flow a lot more.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I accidentally cut myself, and then it was like bloop, bloop, just a little bit on the shard, and then it was like started glowing like a whole bunch more.
Why would you do that?
It was an
Why would you-
accident. Why would I cut myself? It was an accident. I was just looking at it, and then I don't even remember there was a mirror, and then it's just like it was an accident. But that's what happened. And then there was the whole thing with Hoku. So I feel like somehow we're connected to these shards.
Did the boy tell you anything else other than throw it into the storm?
He just told me to gather the shards, put it back together, put it into the storm, and then
the boy told you
soon
that?
we'll be able to see each other. That's all he's told me.
The boy on the other side of the wall.
Yes,
It's a very complicated name.
that's his name. Why are you on about the name so much? What's his name? You can call him the boy. Yeah, sure. I can ask him if that's okay. Next time I talk to him.
Lass, you're a bad liar.
I am not lying. Oh my god. You guys. It's just you there.
Just ignore me over here.
Just rip up half a page. Yeah.
Well, this isn't needed anymore.
Really?
No, I just ripped off. Just ignore me here. Just carry on.
Listen, I don't know who this boy on the other side of the wall is, but I believe you. You stuck around with me when we first met, and I got knocked out, and you could have left me for dead, and you didn't. I'll always be grateful for you for that. But be careful.
I
Be
mean,
careful.
I know. Like, he's never led me wrong before. He's never really led me much before, but
But it sounds like you haven't really met him.
no, we've
Yeah.
been friends for so long, all the time in
And
the
you
tower.
don't even know his real name?
He prefers to go by the boy on the other side of the wall.
So you're telling me that he doesn't trust you with his name?
No, that's his name.
No, that's not a name.
Huh?
Although I have to admit the big one is a bad name
It's
too.
a
But
stupid name, and it's a stupid face and trunk and dumb.
why are you so angry?
He hurt Hoku. He attacked him. Also, he hurt my feelings before, which is kind of like a moo point right now. Cow's opinion doesn't matter.
What did he do?
He was also questioning the boy on the other side of the wall. But he wasn't. But okay, no, I'm not getting mad at you, don't worry. You're just asking about his name. But he was all, his imaginary friend. He's not an imaginary friend, he's real.
I believe you, Lass. I'm just worried that
Well, you should tell the big one to shut his big fart face and stop being a butthead.
you should talk to him.
I don't want to talk to him.
Not
Probably
not
gonna-
the right now. It's not the right time. But
I don't want to talk to him ever. If anytime I go, how do I know it's not gonna be like, oh no, like gonna hurt me, gonna like cast spells and like try to kill me and Hoku, and then also tell me my
She
friends
knows
are
the big one
fake.
so much.
Lass, look. Friends have differences sometimes. They argue and they fight, and maybe you haven't had too many of those experiences before, but
What are you trying to say?
well, weren't you like, did you grow up alone in a tower with
Not
like
alone.
sure, you had a dragon and a boy on the other side of the wall.
Yes.
Did you guys ever fight?
We'd have discussions that got a little heated sometimes, but he never told me mean, horrible things like Big Stupid Head one.
But sometimes friends do that. And you have to talk to them.
You're saying it's normal for friends to cast spells and try to hurt you?
Well, no.
That's what I'm talking about.
Friends will sometimes have disagreements. And you have to give them a chance. A second chance. Anyway, we're approaching him. Don't have that much time. All I'm saying is, I believe you, but don't trust too much
Oh, I'm not
Yes.
gonna trust Big Man.
this
Yeah.
boy on the other side of the wall.
I-
If he hasn't trusted you even with his real name, and believe me, he has a real name, then I don't know you can put all your trust on him. But it sounds like he knows something about the storms, and I am very curious to learn what that is.
Yeah. He hasn't led us wrong yet. He was onto something back there.
Aye, but see, stealing the acorn or whatever it's called might have consequences for Schema. That's why the big one gets so heated about it. This is his town. We can't just destroy the place.
I don't think it's gonna destroy the place. I think
Well-
everything will be. Remember, like all is well. That's what he told me. Like once you do the thing,
Lass,
all is well.
there have been riots in Ward 4 and now Ward 6 is going to shit, and then Ward 8 has been hit by lightning rift. Does things look all fine to you?
I mean, can they get much worse?
Probably can't.
Oh, shit.
Down there.
Yeah.
All I'm asking is have a healthy dose of questioning on your head.
Okay, I will be cautious with the boy on the other side of the wall, and then as soon as we stop talking, like
You hear as you do that a little bit of like a purr coming from inside your bag.
oh, buddy, I'm gonna unzip.
He like looks up at you and like smiles.
Ah,
He like looks around.
Does he look at me at all?
Like his eyes kind of pass over, like both of you. Doesn't like look back at you pointedly or angrily or anything.
do I get the sense like he agrees with our discussion?
Make an animal handling check.
Do I just give myself advantage again?
No.
14.
He definitely seems more content and happy than you've seen him even like pretty much ever.
Okay. I just give him little scritches.
The big one. You and Nipnor are the first to arrive at the gate. The rest of your companions are like
I don't
nowhere
care
inside
about
to you. The gate is closed, and there are iron cog guards manning the wall above it and around it, and they're kind of looking out over the wall. They don't really even notice you approaching, to be honest. You're also one of the only people approaching. Probably the only people approaching
Yeah.
the gate.
Is there a guard I could talk to, or can I just walk freely up to the gate?
The gate is closed.
I
You can
understand.
walk up. You can walk up to the gate, or you can give a shout out up above. There's no guards that are paying any attention to you right now.
So they're looking out to
They are
6.
looking out. No.
Is there any... Do I know how the gate's open?
Not really.
Okay.
There's probably a lever somewhere, like a switch somewhere.
Alright, I'll call up to whatever guard is closest, whether it's up or to the side.
Yep.
Just say, excuse me.
One of the iron cog guards kind of turns around and looks down. Yeah, looks back over the wall. Looks for like his commanding officer. Doesn't see him anywhere. Looks back down. What can I help you with?
I need to get through the gate. I'm on business for Miss Halfstep.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Please open.
You have any proof?
I do actually have the... So,
And you like hold it up. He like pulls out like
yeah.
telescope. Looks down through it at you. Looks fine from here, I guess. What's your business outside?
We are conducting a experiment with the storm, and I need to get there as quickly as possible. There's been an incident at the core spire.
Well, okay, well, we can open the gate, but you'll need to give us a little bit of time. We need to clear the area outside. He like walks off a little ways away.
Picks up his baton.
You do hear momentarily almost like a blaring, almost like a speaker of sorts. That flares up, and a voice starts to emit from the outside of the wall that just starts shouting, "Clear the gate! Somebody's coming through! Please clear the gate!" You know, if you try to sneak through, we will catch you. Please don't come through. They're strict orders to stop anybody from coming through.
I'm very tired of this. Don't try.
No. Just
We've
go.
been through this.
While he's going about doing all of this stuff, Timon and Astra do catch up to the gate. You both see the big one and Nipnor kind of waiting by the gate. You see the gate itself. It's
Hey,
closed.
Nipnor.
Hello.
So,
Baglab, what are we waiting for?
They're just opening the gate.
I look around, I don't see anyone.
You see the guards up at the top of the wall.
Oh, they're on.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's still like 2 guards at the top of the wall. One of them, one of the other patrolling guards, has kind of walked off to like open the gate.
Why do you think that they closed the gate to this world?
I think to stop the people trying to get out of Ward 6.
Well, that's not very nice.
I don't make the rules, Timon.
What's up with you lately?
Well, you see, 2 or 3 weeks ago, this city was fairly pleasant, and I was minding my own business, making various objects, and since a lot of you arrived, I've died. I've been riddled with arrows. Ward 3 has exploded. There's been more uprising in the city, and now Astra may have just doomed the core spire. Is that enough reasoning for you?
Sounds very much like you're putting the blame on us.
I don't know who I blame these days, but I'm going to try and make sure this device works. It's the least I can do.
The device we made. Not you.
You just hear Astra. Oh.
A brief moment later, the gate starts to like creak open. It's not a big gate, to be honest, but it opens
most aren't
just
big.
barely enough
Yeah.
to let the big one through.
Yeah.
You can look out and you can see Ward 6 is lit up.
Mhm.
And it's actually like causing a little bit of confusion. There's a lot of people who are gathered outside, but they're a little ways away from the gate. None of them are actually approaching or trying to come in. To be honest, they're kind of just gathered around here. They've got like wagons full of belongings, supplies. Some have set up tents. It seems like it's not a new thing. It seems like people have been doing this for a couple of days now, or at least been here for a couple of days now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been a while.
You start making your way out into Ward 6.
Squeeze through with the backpack. Make sure the professor's with me.
There's a lot of people gathered. There's women, there's children, there's men, there's gnomes, there's halflings, all sorts of people just kind of gather around here near the gate. Many of them are looking warily at you and at the lightning rift off on the eastern edge of town. Some of them actually do shout out to you as they see your... Are you wearing your purple robe?
I'm not. I'm still wearing the black one.
Some of them still do shout out.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty recognizable.
Is everything all right? Is power restored to the ward? Can we go back home?
I just ignore them all. I just keep going towards the storm.
Or did the two of you say anything or do anything? Nipnor kind of just pulls up a hood. And
I'm like dragging
walks
Nipnor
past.
with me. He's keeping up.
right
Yeah.
by the neck.
No, I just like I'm ushering him along, making sure he doesn't fall behind.
Turn into Anakin.
Kelpier and Arthur, you are now approaching the gate. You can see the gate's open. You can see the figures are going through. It's open just a little bit from maybe like 100, 200 feet away.
Wait for us.
Yeah. Unless it starts like closing, I will just.
Just trying to get the attention of Timon, Astra.
Make some perception checks, both of you.
Me?
We're
We'll
still
see if you hear him
Yeah,
shouting.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
10.
6.
Neither of you hear weird shouts. The gate is still open. You guys make your way through the crowd of people that is like kind of gathered around here. As you kind of make your way through, like they part ways. It is like still a little bit like it slows you down a little bit, probably enough for them to catch up to
Oh
the
yeah,
gate.
I'm sure they will.
Is there a guard close by? That I like.
There's guards at the top of the
level,
wall.
but none of the.
There's nobody down here.
Okay.
As Arkmir and Kelter, you approach the gate, the guard at the top kind of looks down at you. There's a lot of people leaving to go into a ward that nobody's supposed to be going into. Is everything all right?
It's not, but that's why we're here. We're
Well,
fellows up there.
to your own fate, so be it. Go on through, I guess. So long as you're not coming back in, that's the people we're really trying to stop. So, that's what it is.
Shall we?
You exit the gate into Ward 6.
So
You find
what
where-
do we see? Like, is there a crowd?
There's a crowd of people that's kind of gathered around the gate. There's some tents and some wagons that have been set up around the gate.
Is it like hard to pass through? Like, is
It is.
like a?
It genuinely is a little bit harder to pass through, but the crowd seems to peter out and they kind of like part ways and like let you through. They're not aggressive in any way. They're kind of just like refugee camp type vibe that you get. And it's all sorts of people. It's not like, and they all seem fairly like well dressed, well put together, like very civilized in some ways. All the buildings around here are powered on, and you notice that some of the buildings, like the doors are swung open, and people have kind of like gone inside and taken shelter.
So the power's definitely on here.
Power's definitely on. For those of you who have been through Ward 6 before, it looks like very similar to what it looked like when you walked through. It's just empty, like crowded full of people.
Yeah.
But also, as soon as you like make your way through the crowds and rejoin the rest of your companions, who are kind of clearing a way forward for you, especially the big one.
Yeah.
You notice that like the crowd definitely thins out as you get farther, and especially like in the direction of the storm.
Do
Doesn't
we
seem to
see
be that many people.
the spire from?
Yeah, you can
Ward
see the
6?
spire. Of
Is
Ward
there
6.
anything about it? Like any light? Anything? Is it connected to?
All of them are
Oh.
connected to the main spire.
Do we see anything in that wire in that connection?
Make
Like,
perception check.
I think it's all underground.
15.
Nothing. It seems exceedingly normal. Like it seems like there's nothing wrong at all. Strange. As you all approach, the rest of you also notice that there's two constructs following along with your two companions. One that's big and kind of looms over, almost like the same height as the big one. The other one that's tiny, like it's just rolling along beside
Tiny
Arkmir's
little
knees.
coffee bot. Is it carrying any coffee?
It's not. No.
Useless.
It is itself an espresso machine.
Yeah.
Is it just pee?
Yeah.
It turns around, just yummy.
Yeah. Hey, it makes good espresso.
It has the little like curved downspout.
Yeah.
With the rest of your companions and your new strange companions alongside you, you start making your way through Ward 6 and approaching in the direction of the storm. The storm cloud still seems not super big, like not as big as the storm that you saw before that was active.
Yeah.
So you gather that there's still enough time for you all to get into the storm, perform whatever setup you need, and potentially get out.
Can we see if the storm perimeter has invaded a bit of the world? Like can you
It definitely has. From here, you can tell it definitely has. There's going to be a couple of buildings, 2 or 3 or 4, that will get hit by the storm.
How far away from that right now?
How far away from
From the edge of the storm.
the edge of the storm are you?
Yeah.
Or, probably another like solid hour of walking.
Okay, so it's
It's gonna get bigger
far.
as well.
And what time of day is it right now?
It's like, I think early evening. I'm not quite sure.
Probably.
I think it's early evening. Yeah.
So we left Nipnor's like
Yeah,
early
like in the morning,
and then we had to
we had
go
to hike
to
through
the Ward
indoor
Ward
one.
1 Spire.
Into the spire.
So probably
like
late
late
afternoon. Yeah.
afternoon, early evening. Yeah.
Which way is the wind blowing?
That was
Make a survival check.
What's the humidity?
Calther, with your passive perception, you're the first one to notice this as you all are making your way through. Probably a solid like half an hour or so into your walk towards this lightning cloud. The grass and the trees kind of start to like look unhealthy in some ways, like they're like drying out, like dying in some ways. Like the grass is yellower than before. The trees are like looking a little bit. The branches of the trees are looking a little bit more shriveled. Kind of like the same way that like if it was like a drought was happening almost.
Right.
In some way. Then the ground itself like starts to look like it's getting like a little bit more dead.
Right. When we were in Ward 8 and we were in the storm, did anything look like that?
In Ward 8, all of Ward 8 looked like that. Like there wasn't much grass or greenery. It was all
they've rarely had water though.
dry and
That's fair.
But the terrain close to the storm was all messed up. It was like flying rocks and cracked and
I
whatever.
remember that. Okay.
it's definitely not like. And you've been through this ward. You walked through it. You saw a lot of like lush trees and like grass and flowing like fountains and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Almost all of them seem to be like, at least all of the greenery here seems to be like drying up, and it seems it's getting progressively worse as you're getting away from, as you're getting further away from the city, like
Right.
as you're getting further away from Ward 1.
Got it. Okay. I'm not sure if it's due to potentially the lack of rain clouds coming through the city, or the storms encroaching due to the lack of power, but if you look around, the vegetation here appears to be dying the further we get from the center, from Ward 1.
Oh, Caltier, you're here.
Hello.
I didn't hear you approaching. What? Wait. Are those Clanko's bots?
Yes, he lended us Seabot 1000 and 3000 to assist in our endeavor.
Which one's which?
3000 is the bigger one.
Okay.
Are we allowed to keep them?
No, he
What
made
about
that
just-
clear.
What if it just Seabot 1000?
I think both are unavailable.
What if he decides that he wants to stay with us though after he has such a great adventure?
You can probably have that conversation with Clanko. Clanko's also heading out of town.
That sneaky bastard. Why is he leaving?
He didn't say why he's going.
Where does he going?
He wasn't too clear on it. He said perhaps Rio Viz because he had compatriots going in that direction. But he said he may be back in a week's time, perhaps.
His reasoning was something along the lines of just he's not sure what the state of the city will be in a week's time.
And he didn't want to risk his own life to assist with this.
He was willing though to.
Well, of course he wouldn't. He's a piece of shite.
Well, that piece of shite lent us his friends here. So.
Yeah.
think it's something we can be thankful for.
See, about 3,000 kind of turns to you. He can be a bit of a piece of shit once in a while. But he made us, and treats us well enough, and
Forgot you can talk.
If all goes
He
well,
can, but I
nothing will
think
happen
the
to any of
1,000,
us, so.
Seabot 1,000 doesn't talk. I think he just poops.
I think 3,000's the only one who talks. Like 2,000
Yeah.
doesn't talk either.
Oh, right.
See about 3,000. Have you been to Riovis with Klanko before?
oh no, we usually stay at the shop.
Is this your first time out?
Yes.
How do you do on a rain?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
How do you do on the rain? Do you?
Oh, rain, okay. I can't say I've ever seen any, but I have had waters thrown at me once.
Look at Seabot
That was
1,000.
fine.
You were fine? What about the little friend here?
His coffee.
He's a little bit more of a earlier generation model. He should also be fine, probably.
You can't put him, the little guy, 1,000.
Wait, are you
into
the
store.
oldest?
Seawad 1000 looks up at you and nods.
Oh man.
He's the old timer.
Baby Yoda.
He has a little
That's the
cane.
wife. Oh my god. I give him a little pat on the head.
He like just his head kind of like bobs a little as you like pat him.
Calthier, back to what you were mentioning about the trees and vegetation. This is just the wild theory here. But do you think that the storm would be sucking the life out of these?
It's definitely possible.
We were aware, I think, right? Of
Yeah.
time in you aging. It's like time in it made you a little bit older. I'm not sure if these trees are experiencing the same thing here.
Made me grow a few more gray hairs, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's definitely possible with the field down that protects the ward and the storm being able to make its way inside. Perhaps it's beginning to draw life from those around it.
It'll come back though. Like, sure, you gain some gray hairs, but you'll probably, like, be more youthful again, and that's how
No,
life
Lars.
works.
That's not how life works, Lars.
What?
You don't really grow young, Lass.
It's like a Benjamin Button situation.
We'll talk about it another time. But perhaps the closer we are to the storm, the greater the effect we have from this.
It's possible.
I mean, it's not like you had any hair to grow gray.
He has eyebrows.
Yeah.
Aren't they like white though?
They are.
Yeah.
They're like silver, basically.
Yeah.
Like so, like grayish silver.
They could go from silver to white.
They could be maybe they get even whiter.
I look closer at Conti. Did I notice like his eyebrows growing any paler or duller?
Almost as pale as you can get.
Or duller, like from shiny to dull type of thing, or scragglier.
Not really.
His
No,
nice hair
I
just
mean-
grew.
Yeah.
Hard to tell. Really hard to tell. You can barely even see the eyebrows. So
Do we know if the storm passed over this particular area or it's just like in the vicinity? Yes.
you have no idea.
Okay.
You just know where it is right now.
Yeah.
Be careful around the storm.
As you all start making your way,
It makes you really fucking tired.
the sky above you as you step into almost the shadow of the dark clouds. Which way are you headed? Are you headed to like the middle of the storm, or are you just going into the edge of the storm? What are you doing?
That's probably a call for you guys. You would.
I mean,
coordinate
if you
their
can catch
attention.
him, he's not stopping to talk to one.
No, I think you guys would be caught up.
Yeah.
Well, I think luckily for all of you, you don't have to worry about your hair because I'll be the only one going into the storm.
Why do you need to go in when we have constructs that can help us?
Because it's my responsibility.
That seems like a silly thing to do. When
It might seem silly, and I understand the risks, but it's the job that I took on. It's the only thing left I can do to try and save this city.
Lad, why would you take unnecessary risks?
Because I have to.
No, you don't have to.
It's not your choice, Diamond.
No, it's not my choice, but you see what happened to me.
Well, I'm part construct. I have this arm.
Last time I saw you bleed.
Oh, I bleed for sure. You've all seen that. But it's the risk that I've promised to the city. I will see this through no matter what.
So, let me see if I understand. We have a device that we built that has a remote activator. We hired somebody to operate that. And we have a construct that can take it to the eye of the storm.
Nipner kind of stops you right there and says, we need to set it up. I need to set it up. The big one can help with that. We can activate it once it's set up remotely.
I won't be in
we
there
need to
when
set
it
up.
turns on.
Can it be carried after it's set up?
if the remote
No,
activates.
the legs need to, based on the blueprints that I saw, the legs need to get planted into the ground somewhere where the storm will be, and then once the storm forms, if I'm gathering correctly,
I
once
knew
the storm
this while we were
forms,
building
need to
this time,
activate
and
it.
I knew that I would need to go to the place and install it.
Well, then
Unfortunately,
we have no time to waste. Let's
you're not
go.
going in. It
Well,
require-
it's not your choice to make, lad.
I understand that, but we only need myself and Nipnor to go set it up. Once it's set up, we will come out and we will turn it on. You will want to find your sister. I've said this to you before. There's no point. There's no way of helping your sister if you are dead. You've already survived one storm. This storm could turn on at any point. It could just start raining down, and if you're lost, how are you going to find Anya? I understand, and I appreciate you wanting to help, all of you. None of you had to come this far. But this is something that I promised my father. It's his legacy, it's his work. It's the last thing that I can do based on the status of this city. I will set it up with Nipnor, we will come out, and we will turn it on. Nobody's gonna miss me if I'm gone.
Well, that's a bit harsh.
Well, that's
I understand that, but you have your family.
What of your father?
He dedicated his entire life to do exactly what I'm about to do now. I think if anybody understands my decision, it's him.
I meant he'd miss you.
We'd miss you too. Shut up, though, about it.
I also think Seabot 3000 can at least stay there once it's set up and you move to the remote activation of it. He can at least stay there to make sure it doesn't fall over or rip out of the...
Can you not just train Seabot to set it up?
Even if he knew how, I wouldn't trust anybody else with it.
I don't think we have time for that, lads.
No.
I can certainly tag along and keep an eye out for it. I really do hope what you're saying about this storm not affecting constructs is true. Never seen clouds like this before.
Oh, you've never seen clouds.
We really have no proof that he'll be okay either.
Accurate.
Just in case Seabot 1000, you should probably stay with us.
It just like wheels over to you. And it's also looking up at the storm. It's like a little bit more wide-eyed and like excited in some ways.
You can see the storm starting to crack and going.
How long
That's the
does it
last
take
we hear.
to set up the device?
Normally, setting up a repulsor cylinder only takes maybe a few minutes. But this one is a little more involved. We need to make sure that the legs get planted. We need to find somewhere where it can be secured. We need to find somewhere where, there's a clearing somewhere within the storm. I don't know if we want to put it in the heart of the storm, or if we
All
want to put it
decisions
near
we're
the
gonna
edge.
have to make quickly.
I don't know.
Is the storm, like, now that we're closer, like, is it kind of like, is it slowly moving? Is it growing? Like, what is it doing?
Make a perception check.
11.
You've been watching it basically since you left. It is growing. It is growing in pretty much all directions from what you can see.
It's like expanding out.
And the edge, like right at the edge where you are right now, you'll probably be covered by this cloud in like a few minutes if it keeps growing as well.
Yeah.
Want to get clear.
You don't know how long it's gonna grow. You don't know how, like, when it's going to start.
Are there people around?
There's nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
There's a few houses and stuff here that are abandoned.
Do we see signs of anybody inside of a building anywhere?
Make a perception check.
What's the kid's name?
13?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was
You
Jack.
don't see a sign of anybody in any building.
Like a
But you
light.
do notice while you're looking around above you, like what looks like almost a mechanical, like large construct, kind of like fly over well above you.
Oh,
The ships.
yeah.
It's got like 3 wings, one on,
Yeah.
2 on either side and one in the back that are kind of like flapping. Kind of all you can see. It's clearly made of like metal. It kind of glints in the like fading sunlight.
Well, sounds like we don't have a lot of time. Seems like there's nobody around. So, big lad, whatever you want to do, this is the time.
I understand you're all looking out for me, and I really appreciate that.
Are you sure that you can set this up by yourself?
Isn't it?
Oh, I can set it up. Whether it will work, I guess I just have to have faith that something I built will actually work.
We built it. We're a team.
It is my blueprint, Timon. End of the day, your help was something I'll never be able to repair. But it is still something that I designed. And I haven't had much luck in that field. If it doesn't work, you're not to blame for this. I am. My father saved my life once by giving me this. And to this moment, I don't know why he gave me this, or why he took me in, or why he saved my life that night. But it's my turn, and yes, I'm sure if something were to happen, he would miss me greatly. But at least I can say that I died saving his life for once. It's something that I believe that I'm supposed to do, so I won't let any of you follow me in. I won't take any unnecessary risks. I'll get in, Nipnor and I will set it up, and then we'll try and get clear.
Then you
Nipnor's
should
just
go.
looking up at the cloud.
Sorry?
Then you should go.
Please,
Wait. And then Astra just, like, she has, like, grumpy look on her face, and she goes and gives him a hug and then runs away.
I'll turn to Seabot.
Don't die.
Seabot 3000, please. Please assist the big one and Nipner in any way that you can. And
Asher, I believe you're the brightest out of us all, and I think you have a bright future, but you need to be a little more careful with your little buddy there. I don't think the way he does certain things.
Is now the time to...
Oh, okay. I'll just pat her back. Please get to a safe distance, and I'll see you all shortly.
finish that thought when you come back.
So, before you start heading, I'm just gonna sit.
I don't know if that's
Guidance
possible.
won't last more than a
Damn
minute.
It lasts a minute.
Damn it.
Let's hope you don't need this, but I will give you this nonetheless. And I just concentrate for a sec, and I cast Aid on you, Nipner, and myself. It gives you 5 hit points for the next 8 hours.
That's so
5
nice.
additional. Your
You're not
max
going
health is increased by 5 for the next 8
How
hours.
do I do that? Override max? No. I'm just gonna do temp HP for now. Fuck it. I think there is a way, but I'm gonna just do temp for now.
The reason why it's like it's
I know.
max because you can heal back up.
Yeah,
right,
I know.
those hit points.
I know.
Um,
Like I technically can do the. I'm not gonna need it, guys. Whatever, we'll figure it out. I can get up to 50 now.
I'm gonna cast Psychic Whispers with you and probably with you and maybe Nipner as well here.
me. Do it on me.
4 hours. I'll be here if you need anything from us. And I'm just kind of.
Can I talk back?
Yeah.
Then just then I'll be like, Arkmir, you're the first person I met out of everyone. I trust you with my life. Keep everybody safe till I get back.
Are you saying that out loud?
No.
Oh, you're doing it right?
Yeah. I've learned in the moment.
I don't know how Nipner responds, but
Yeah, he's just like, oh my god.
Nipner kind of just looks at you and then looks at all of you and... You know, didn't really think I would be saying this, but... Y'all are quite interesting folks.
That's the nicest thing, Nippy. And I want to give him a hug
I'll
too.
Just like stands there with his
Yeah, I'll be
arms
like-
crossed.
We'll see you all soon. And then I'll just put down my badass goggles. They'll go over black, and I'm ready to fucking go.
Splinter Cell.
Yeah. Oh, I'll whistle the professor and be like, stay close, boy.
Come back, you big asshole. Don't make me go chasing after another one.
I promise you. And I keep my promises.
Then I'll just turn and start walking.
You make your
Please
way.
don't make that a death monologue.
As soon as as we're all standing there, as soon as he gets about 60 feet away, I start following.
What?
This fucking guy.
But I keep 60 feet out.
Well,
Son of a bitch.
I assume I noticed that.
It's just like you're just like, all right, and you just turn around.
The rest of you see Calthir going to begin to take off.
I'm
Oh, bloody
gonna
hell.
follow Kelter here.
What?
I'm 60 feet away.
You are. Make a perception. Actually, what's your passive perception?
We like freeze.
10.
It's like
Elephants can't see or they can
You're
only
really
see
focused
movement.
right now. So you do not
Stop!
know
You can't
that
see you.
You start making your way through the streets under the now dark cover of the clouds.
Do we see
Are you
signs
looking
of lightning?
for like a central spot, an edge spot? Where are
I
you
think
going?
probably somewhere near the edge of Ward 6 and Ward 6. So, like right on the edge of the city. I don't want to go too far out, and I don't want it to be, like, too far in. I don't know if that means center. It doesn't necessarily... I don't think we need to... I need to look for, like, the center eye.
No.
Just where I would think that, like, if it's going to hit the city, this is where it's roughly going to hit. Probably right at near the edge, and just look for, like, a spot where I feel like the clamps will hook in and be sturdy enough.
Heading through, Nipnar kind of also like mentions to you, bloody doing this. We'll need somewhere open. Don't want to risk anything falling on the device or any damage coming to it.
Certainly.
There's probably like a plaza or
Yeah, somewhere like if there's like a circle plaza like thing right in the fucking middle.
it's a pretty good spot to go for a break.
Oh boy!
We'll be right back.
Oh boy!
And roll for death saving throw.
Yeah. Let's see. This will determine how the night will go.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oh!
We'll see what
Yeah.
happens as y'all are making your way into
Yeah.
the storm.
All right, we'll be back.
Oh, lordy.
3, 2, 1, go.
So, big one in Nipnor as you make your way through the dark, now barely lit streets of Schema, of Ward 6,
Cheers.
under the shadow of the dark black cloud. You find yourself in a small opening looking for, or opening in the streets, almost like a spire above you.
Oh, I have -3 initiative and I rolled a 2, so that's -1 initiative. That doesn't count.
You find like a clearing of sorts between the buildings. Looks almost like a sort of market or plaza. There's a small tavern on one side. There is a... I really didn't realize how much this would block off the view for everyone on that side.
No, it's
They don't need to say it.
We can stand. It's fine.
They're not there.
You find a plaza, which you feel like would be a pretty good spot to set up the device that you worked on. There's a few buildings scattered about it, but there's enough of a wide open space that you're fairly confident nothing would potentially fall on it, aside from the giant tower.
So we're like in the middle?
Near you.
Oh yeah, just the giant tower that has Astra in it.
You
It's
do
her tower.
notice
Oh, I can
that
see that.
Oh, that's north?
Yeah.
the tower could be a bit of a risk, and Nipner kind of looks up to it and points it out. This is a wide open space. It's probably the best we're gonna get, but that tower is not pleasant, potentially.
Do you think we should move it somewhere else, or?
He looks up. I don't think we have time to find anywhere else, to be
Well,
honest.
then maybe we'll put it a little farther away from that. Okay, let me just tilt this just to see it.
Let me knock over the tower.
That's, yeah, it's, I mean, we have very limited time, so it's a risk we have to take.
That makes sense. I'll get started on it.
Certainly. I'll pull it out.
Put it
pull
down.
it out gently and.
The rest of you are kind of walking through the streets. You're still keeping an eye on the big one in the distance, particularly you because you're able to see. For the rest of you, it's actually very dim light and kind of hard to be able to see over.
That's because he's not standing up. He'll stand up.
I'm just note size.
He's nipping right now.
It's role players with it.
Yeah, the rest of you can still see him, the big one in the distance. You can make out this clearing of sorts that they're entering, and you see the big one take off his backpack and set it up on the ground. The storm doesn't seem to be active yet.
Get to work.
So you guys followed me then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're right alongside. Normally I have this on myself, but I'm going to I'll give this to Timon, so I'll go to you and just say, let's hope we don't need this, but should anything happen, this will help you be a little more alert and act faster, and I'll give you Vigilant Blessing. You'll have advantage on your initiative roll.
Thanks.
Should we need it.
The aliens are coming!
I hope we don't need this.
Yeah. So you feel almost just like a little bit quicker to act if should the need arise.
Thank you.
It's very peculiar music.
Yeah, aliens are fucking coming for sure. Little green people.
What do you think is in the cloud? UFO.
Yeah.
As you get to work on setting up this device, make a artificing tools check.
What?
Tinkering tools check.
An artifice thing?
Tinker,
I do have
tinkering
advantage on
tools
if
check.
it's Tinker Tools.
It is a tinker tools check, and you would have advantage because they're helping you anyway.
Okay.
So.
As a natural 20, but the other one was a natural 1.
Wow.
So it's a proficiency in the dexterity.
Yep.
So it's just a natural 20 because I have +3 and then -3.
Perfect.
Oh, but I can. Did I consider using intellect? I can't remember if my infusion thing. I have the tool, the wrench, which I think when I do. I don't know where I can find that, but I think when I do tools, I can use my spell that cast using intelligence. So that would be actually a 26.
Okay. So you and Nipner get to work, and you're immediately making really quick progress. You get it down. You start making sure that everything's ready. Nipner kind of immediately just starts over to the control panel and starts to input the commands that he needs
Keeping
in
an eye on
order
the
to
storm, but
tune the device. Since you roll that, let's go around this side. You give me a D20, please. Just a normal D20 to see the development of the storm.
Oh, I can't. I was gonna pull out the D20. Natural 20. I don't know if that's good or bad.
And the storm immediately lightning bolts me in.
It just goes, and big one's gone.
It is fully developed.
Yeah.
The lightning clouds seem fairly inert.
Okay.
There's still time for the big one to continue his work. Make another check. Make another artifice check.
Yep.
Or tinker's tools check.
What I say it was +6, 21.
21.
That's
Nice,
good.
nice.
Another natural 1, by the way, on the same die.
Nipner is just inputting in commands at this point, and you see him kind of look up. He looks a bit. We seem to have made good time.
Good work, Nipnor. Keep it up.
He keeps working away at it. Astra, can you roll me a d20 now?
Roll it with the alcove die.
And this is where she kills me
I wanted
finally.
to roll with that because it's
Her wish has come true.
9?
9.
9?
The storm clouds seem to be growing a little bit thicker.
Oh god.
Calclear, as you're looking around and looking back to where the storm was starting, where you entered it, you notice that over the past little while, it stopped growing.
Okay. Interesting.
Another Tinker's Tools chip.
Oh boy. Come on, stop pulling a fucking that one. Makes me nervous. Ooh, that's another natural 20 for 26. And a 2 on that same die. So this die is coming in clutch when it normally doesn't. So it's my good die that's really bad right now.
Yeah, you gotta roll with the alcove die for the storm.
The legs of the device begin to come out and begin to crawl into the ground. We're going to be
dope.
digging through further. Nipner kind of just double checks the vial, double checks all the controls on it. It's going smoothly. Harlan, roll a d20.
That's a Lavin roll. That's a Lavin roll. With the little DM smirk. We're
I
dead.
told you.
Arkner gets hit by that.
Oh no.
All of you hear a distant sound of thunder.
Oh god.
It's happening.
As you look up,
It's happening.
you see a little bit of
Red.
a reddish hue forming in the
I'll just
clouds
turn to
above
the
you.
door and be like, just keep going. You're doing a great job.
Make a roll.
So they switch dies. So that's a 19. 13 on the other one.
Okay. Hyman, roll a d20.
Here we go.
12.
It's stabilized for now. This is where the natural one comes out.
Yeah.
You see, as you're looking up, you can just see the glow and shimmering across. You do notice like small little sound of like crackles on the side.
How dark is it getting?
Pretty dark.
Can Nipnor see?
Nipmar's a gnome. I think gnomes have dark.
Okay,
Not
just want to make sure. If not, I would have pulled
Okay.
out one of my little light balls for him to
Let me
work
see.
on the control panel. Because I got my cool little night.
I think
lens.
Nipmar's. Yeah, I think he can see. I
Okay,
think he
cool.
can see.
If that's the case, then I'll just not even do that.
He is a rock gnome, so he should
Okay,
be able to
then yes, definitely. Again,
make an educated guess. Yep.
yeah, let me
Do it.
move all these fucking
You're
sides.
making really good progress. Yeah.
Natural 20 on the dice that's supposed to be. Yeah, wow. So 26.
Alright.
It's 3 nat 20s for
The
this.
legs seem to be
I was
planted. The
destined.
top of the device begins to like almost spin and whir. It's almost good to go. Looking back around.
Oh god.
Roll a d20.
This time I'm rolling the destiny die. 10.
That's even keel, but it's late, so
It's
that
right
might,
in the middle,
might be,
so who knows
yeah.
what it means.
A bolt of lightning crackles along the clouds
That's so cool, though.
and strikes
I want
off
fire.
down in the distance. The first
I want,
bolt
like really cool
Fire.
art.
just
Okay.
strike the ground. Kelter, make a perception check for me.
Uh-oh.
Aliens.
Aliens are coming.
22.
You notice, like on the ground and as well, like a little up in the air above you, as you're looking around and you're looking at the cloud, there seems to be a little bit of strange, like something isn't catching your eye properly. Like you move, it's almost like a heat wave, like a shimmering of the air.
There's something.
Like
Okay.
up to your left, above you,
Right.
above where like the big one is actually, like above these houses.
Oh, there's like a specific area.
There's a
that is-
spot where you can see like almost like a heat wave shimmer.
Huh. Okay.
And then like closer
Is
to
it a ship?
you.
Is
on
it
the right.
actually a fucking
Had I seen
spaceship?
anything like that when we were in the storm last time? Was there like shimmering like
It was
that?
much darker the last time you were in here.
Sure.
You saw something.
It was night. This time it's day,
We saw
relatively
something
speaking.
in the clouds.
That's what it was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
You didn't really notice anything similar last time.
Okay.
Question, DM.
Yes.
How far are we from them?
60 feet.
60 feet.
Okay,
Unless
so we
you-
kept at that distance?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 sec.
Do I also notice that shimmer?
Make a perception check.
Nope, I don't notice that shimmer.
He's too worried for his big boy.
I'm probably just looking up.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Make another roll. You're close. You feel like
Natural 20, 26.
Are you
on the good die.
shitting me?
You got another rat?
That's the exact same roll,
That's
actually.
the exact same
That's the
roll.
exact same roll, 11 and 20.
That's the
feel like that guy
exact
is
same
right.
roll.
It's that die rolled 2 ones before.
I didn't see him roll it though.
Yeah.
I am looking at the roll.
Yes. I don't know what to tell you. I'm the grand artificer now, bitch.
you just get into this almost like zone.
Yes.
You tune out everything, and maybe it's why you don't even notice the storm above you. You don't notice, even though you're now technically.
Honestly, I'm thinking of everything that's happened,
Yeah.
and like my father and who my real father is, and when he saved me with the arm, and it's like a montage in his mind.
You're very focused, and it's almost like your arm is,
Jebediah.
even though it's like crackling a little bit
For the record.
with like just the sheer movement that you're making. Your arm being made of metal seems to be moving faster than is like naturally possible for your other arm to move, and you're able to kind of get it in tune, and the device gets set, gets planted. Seems like it's good to go. Nipnor kind of looks up.
Are we okay? Are we set?
It's as good as we can hope for. Let's get out of here.
Then let's certainly move. Yes.
Astra, roll a d20.
Here comes the nat one.
Yeah, as I stand up.
18.
Yeah, but he reversed it. He didn't want that.
As a big one and Nipnor kind of turn around and start making their way towards you all, unless you try to hide,
No, I don't try to hide, but I'm just looking. Is Seabot 3000 staying at the thing?
I think he would. You told him to. Did you tell him?
Well, that's
with,
I discussed that. That's what I'm just
and then
wondering.
he-
If he starts walking back, I'm going to be like,
What do you think you're doing?
Yeah, tell them to stay.
Yeah, when we said earlier, he's like, yeah, it's fun, but I hope you're right about the storms.
Yeah.
Seabot 3000 is kind of like standing there looking at it,
You're doing
looking up.
Schema a great thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She's standing there the whole time.
As you and Nipnor turn around and start beelining your way out of there, you see the rest of them now in the street.
Oh. We need to go. Why did you follow me?
How far can, I forget this was mentioned, but how far can the remote thing?
Quite far.
Yeah, he said it was like 400 or 500 feet.
Okay.
Schema tech.
Yeah,
It's designed to be used
outside
from,
the storm radius.
Yes.
Okay.
You made sure to get one that was large enough to, probably a kilometer or so radius.
Yep. Alright.
Arkmir, give me a d20 roll.
Here we go.
Which one?
Are we going to get an Arkmir roll or an Arkmir roll?
I'll roll the same die.
You got to use the alcove die.
That is.
4. That was a little journey there.
Yeah. Storm's coming.
Well, it's double of your last one.
Yeah,
It's true.
Yeah, I'm working my way up.
Just keep that ratio.
A bolt of lightning seems to be gathering in much closer to where you all are, and it strikes down into the ground near one of these buildings. The building itself remains relatively unharmed. The ground around the building starts to shrapnel starts to fly out from it. Large chunks of ground that just fly off in all directions and then float in midair.
Fuck.
Galtier.
You notice there was whatever shrubbery or grass there was on around this building, devastated.
I'm gonna scoop
Just
up
raw
Nipnor like a football, and I'm full elephant sprinting.
We need to get inside. I don't think we have time.
You are sprinting.
Yeah.
You move 90 feet away.
Yeah.
The rest of you all turn around and start making your way away from this plaza as well.
As Diamond is running, he will try to reach down for a rock. Is the rock a normal weight?
It looks to be so far.
So far, so good. Run.
Just keep running like.
Yeah.
Since you are also now running away, can you give me a d20 roll?
Sure. Which one? The one that was good to start?
The alcove die. That's the destiny die.
Yeah.
18.
Good roll.
You're making good progress, and you think that with maybe another 6 to 12 seconds, you can see the edge in the distance. You can see where
I
the
think
light
the
of the fading
professor's
sun
probably
in the
just going
distance is still.
farther forward because he can run
Yeah.
faster, so he's trying to... He's like, oh fuck!
Simon, give me a d20 roll.
Come on, Diamond. Come on!
Finish him.
Destiny die. Nat 20.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh!
Destiny die.
Yeah, you love to see it.
Out there, as you're looking around, you're sprinting through, you can
just
see
stops.
off in the distance, above you, as well as almost on the ground, you see some movement.
Okay. Movement of.
You just see some movement.
So something is catching my eye of moving.
Yep.
Do
You
I
just
s-
saw something moving and darting across almost the street as you
You
did it. You did your stand.
Do I
looked over your shoulder.
Do I still see that hazy?
You're
like,
too far away
shimmer?
from it now.
Oh, okay, that was back here.
Yeah.
Okay.
The area around you also seems to be getting like a little bit darker.
Right.
There's another like crashing bolt of lightning off in the distance, and you see pieces of the tower that you left behind, almost like floating up above you.
Wait, the towers?
This fire, like this tower.
So as we're running, then I'm just going to let everybody know we might not be alone. I saw something back there. I don't know if there's people still in this ward.
I don't think we can outrun this. It's getting out pretty hard. Perhaps we try and get in one of these buildings.
Can't run with it.
Yeah.
You're pretty close to the edge. You can see the edge.
Keep going!
You think you can make it.
Yeah, well, they're further ahead, so they're
Yeah.
probably out. So I'm like, the max. If only you deal with God.
As you say, like, for us to go inside, I say, remember, freedom hold, keep running.
True.
Give me a D20. Will probably be the final one
This
you
is
need.
my fate.
Probably be the final one you need.
11.
Big one. You managed to get out of the storm, and you can see the shadow almost immediately past you. It's strange. Almost as soon as you exit,
Short crawling.
almost as soon as you exit the storm, everything around you seems a lot brighter than it was inside. As you look around, you can see clearly, like almost within the clouds, like it's unnaturally dark. It's not as though it was just cloud cover. It is pitch like black. It's almost as though it's night.
It's like dark.
So are you like going through a veil of some kind? Like
Almost. You do find yourself in the daylight on the outside of the storm. A few
the
more
daylight.
crackling bolts of lightning strike down.
On the daylight
Punch it.
at dusk.
Nipnar immediately like pulls out the like control device and begins to fiddle around with some buttons. Presses it. Well, it should be on. I have no way of verifying.
We have no
No,
way.
you-
The
you
Cbot
can
1000,
cut-
is
yeah.
it? Can you ask Cbot 3000 if it's on?
Can you?
Cbot 1000
That
like
don't- not gonna
wobbles a
take
little
construct.
bit
Oh,
and then closes its eyes, opens its eyes, and just gives like a thumbs up.
I think it's working.
Good bot.
I'm just looking out in the direction of where I know that is and seeing if I'm seeing anything in the clouds change.
Yeah, I'll like have
From
a
the-
look with my.
From the outside, especially with the like darkness that you thought there was, you can't really make out anything right now.
I walk just inside.
You walk just inside and past the threshold. Things seem about the same as they did before.
Okay, I'm gonna stay there for now and keep watching, just right at the crest of it.
I will put my metal arm on him through the storm in case anything starts to happen. I will pull. him
Yeah,
out.
I am like one step behind.
There's bolts of lightning crashing down around you. Stone and rock floating around you. Hard to see much. You do notice, like, aside from the movement of these rocks that are floating suspended in midair, definitely some movement in the above ground level.
Above ground level. I just like look over my shoulder, or kind of just lean over my shoulder to the group and say, "There's definitely something in there. I can't quite make out what it is, though."
As he's speaking to the ones who are outside the storm, it's muffled and almost like warbled. It seems to be coming through like distorted. Like there's an echo of it, or there's slower at points. Like at some points it's like unnaturally fast.
Yeah.
Things are. It's all sorts of warbling.
Yeah.
It's weird.
it's wibbly wobbly.
Is the rock still the same weight?
Seems to be.
Are you inside or outside?
I'm like a
right
step
beside me,
behind.
I have my arm on him.
Culture.
Did you step inside?
Yeah, after hearing the muffled, I step in.
You step inside and you try to throw the rock up, and it's way heavier.
Coultier,
way heavier.
it's happening again. Here.
I try to catch it and it just falls to the ground because I don't have enough strength to hold it.
We should step back.
It's hard to see out there if anything's going on. I'm trying to stay here so that I can keep an eye on it.
But you remember what happened the last time.
If anything looks like it's going to happen, Big One can pull me out.
I look up. Do I see like any patterns on the lightnings that are coming out? Like how frequently are the lightning raining out of the storm right
Make a
now?
perception check.
Is the storm?
There's definitely a lot more lightning bolts now than there were a minute ago.
Is the storm like drifting in any way, or is it just
Or
stable?
it's stable.
Stable right
static.
there.
14.
You look up and like try to step back because you can't even see all the lightning bolts from where you are. There are some runes forming that you recognize now that you know what you're looking for. Runes in Dorvish as these lightning bolts crack down from the sky. You can't get the full like meaning or word. You can't see all the lightning bolts. So maybe if you got them higher ground, you might be able to.
I see them again, Caldir. Do you see them?
Make a perception check.
Sure don't. 11.
You narrow your eyes, trying to see if you see any, to be honest, at these lightning bolts. You think you make out a rune, potentially, in one of them? It's an Elvish, though.
You see them?
I mean, I see something. Like, it's... But you said before you saw Dwarvish runes, right? These are
Hi,
Elvish.
just like this. And I show like the stone rune on my.
This one appears to be Elvish, though. I don't know.
Elvish? Are you drunk?
I mean, that's what I see.
No, there's none of that soft cursive bullshit.
Hey now. Our language is beautiful.
I don't know, maybe this is messing with our heads.
Probably.
I'm worried.
Is there still nothing that we can tell that's happening?
Not really.
Are we sure the device is on, is doing things?
Seabot 1000 says that Seabot 3000 said it's on.
We turned the device on. It worked better than I anticipated. It was up and running.
I guess we're not entirely sure what it's going to do.
We don't know if it'll even do anything, but
Is Astra around?
Yeah, I'm there with you guys. I'm like looking at Hoku and I'm trying to like get his thoughts on if he thinks that he should fly around, see what's happening, and have me see through him.
The Hoku has just been looking almost transfixed up at the cloud since you guys came near it.
Does he look scared or just interested?
He looks interested.
Amused.
Big one. Does the remote have an indicator of when your device is done capturing?
I don't
It's
believe
mostly
so.
just an
No.
activator.
Yeah,
Of course.
It's just okay.
we might have to wait for the duration of the storm. I'm not even sure.
Astra, come here. Pull you inside the storm. There. Can you read that?
Of course I can. You know I can read all
Stop.
writing.
Just pay attention.
If it's any language, I can
Pay
read
attention.
it.
Pay attention. What do you say?
Make a perception check.
Here comes the natural one. Or
Yeah,
something.
probably. Perception. 17.
As he's kind of pointing you towards the rest of the storm, you see a bolt kind of like crack down to the ground. Seems to make a jagged sort of runic shape that you recognize as being like celestial.
You would know that too.
But it,
This
it
is you. I'm
depends
not
what it
seeing
appears to him.
I'm
He
not-
saw
I'm
an
not
Elvish
seeing
rune.
it,
He saw
yeah.
a Dwarf rune.
Oh.
It's specific to people.
Speaks to
I
you.
That's celestial. What is it? What is it?
It's a letter.
Oh,
It's like a single letter.
No, it's like airplane writing.
Yeah.
What is the letter? Or,
yeah. What
I'm gonna
letter
say-
is it? Maybe we can make a
You
little
seem to be
picture.
saying send nudes.
Yeah.
It's it's got like a celestial sound to it, and like it would probably be something like a yeah, like something like a
Yeah,
exactly. You would need to
Gorgeous language.
Yeah.
like. I don't know what the translation of the word in Celestial would sound like, so I can't tell you what the first letter of it sounds like in Celestial. It's
Okay.
But you know what it
first
sounds
word.
What
or,
did you
like,
guys
first
see?
letter.
I saw Dwarvish Arrow.
Okay, well, get your book out, and then like we'll each write down, like draw what we saw. So I can read all the writing. Maybe I can. Maybe there's spelling out something to us.
Who's your daddy?
I pull out a piece of paper, but I'm still fixated out there, and I will, without looking, draw the symbol that I saw and hand a piece of paper over.
Okay.
I know, like cursive bullshit, right?
Are you sure? Because I can read all writing. This, I think I can decipher it. You. That's how you write.
That's how you hold it.
And then I do mine.
Oh yeah, that says.
So far,
Yeah.
like translating it together, does it start like anything?
Makes no sense.
Okay. I'm starting to
Is
get
it the
something
same
right.
letter?
Is- yeah, I was gonna say,
no.
Languages?
It would
Ah.
not be the same letter.
Different letters. Okay.
I mean, they would all sound different, right? Also, in like different languages, if you tried to like read them out loud, they would all sound different. So,
Has everybody only seen one?
Healthier.
Everybody.
As you're looking
Yeah.
down
Well, not
the alleyway,
yet.
you can see something almost walk across an alleyway, almost like through the street. It looks like a large
You're saying walk like this, which makes me think
large
it's got 4 legs or something.
quadrupedal
Okay.
creature off in the distance kind of darts through the alleyway. Pretty quick. Through the street from one side of the alleyway, like from one alley to the other side.
So I've seen it a few times now. Is it getting closer to us, or is it just kind of?
This is the first time that you've actually seen it. You've
Right. I've
saw some
seen
movement. It is definitely closer to you than it is to the plaza.
Okay. There is definitely some sort of creature or beast inside, out there. I don't know what it is.
I
But
think at this point I'm gonna step in because I have been outside the.
this the whole time.
But you can, from the outside, you can still see the lightning bolts.
I was gonna
They're
actually
very
ask about that.
bright. You can still see the lightning bolts. You can still see. You just can't see like the buildings and like you can't see as far into the storm in some way.
No, me standing outside was more
Right.
so about the conversation. Hearing
yeah.
muffled voices, some
Yeah.
stepping in. But
Yeah, I'll
I was
step in
actually
as
gonna
well
ask
at
about
this
the
point.
lightning bolts. Are they like concentrated in any way, like around
No,
the
they're all over
device?
the place.
They're all over, and they're
They're
just
all over.
striking randomly. Like, okay.
Oh, hey guys. So.
As a matter of fact, before you step in, the two people inside, can I get dexterity saving throws from each of you?
I,
Does my arm count as that?
No.
Because it's
I-
magic.
I'm about to get smacked hard. Natural 1, 4. This is dexterity saving throw for a 2.
do you have a minus or do you have
Yep.
a plus? Oh my goodness.
Yep. I rolled a 3 for a 2.
I got a 2 as well.
Nice.
Oh my god, all three of you.
Yeah.
I have disadvantage. Oh, you got a 1. Ah, nice. All of us get smacked.
So you're looking around and you're kind
For
of
a
looking
total
at
of
all of
2.
these lightning bolts.
Oh,
You
yeah, we
don't-
all got 2.
What? That's gotta mean
The
something.
second something hits Kelthier, he's coming out.
As you're looking around and you're kind of all like looking up in the sky, you don't notice that almost like around you and above you,
Oh shit.
a bolt seems to be forming and gathering. The two of you outside, you briefly, very quickly, like look up, but it's too late. A bolt of lightning almost smashes down just in the vicinity of you three, not hitting you directly, but it definitely like impacts, and the ground around you almost like
Yeah,
gets
as soon as,
torn
as
asunder.
soon as he starts moving, I'm pulling him out.
Well, before they do, you can do that.
Take 50.
Probably. But I still pull you.
Exhaustion again. We'll see. It may not do it to you guys.
Whatever. Age. It's a number.
Each of you takes 17 points of damage. And you are all thrown up in the air and suspended in place.
Is Hoku dead?
You pull Kalthir out.
Yeah.
Timon and Astra are
Get
you're floating in midair.
Yeah.
floating.
I will drop Kelthir and try and grab whoever's the nearest one. I'm just gonna try and pull them out. I don't know if you want to help. You don't have a metal arm.
They're too high for you to reach.
Oh, well,
They're like
bye.
a solid 15 feet up off
Like
the
a
ground
balloon
at
that
this
you let
point.
go.
Oh no.
I mean, I could lightning whip one of them.
Your arm was already on Kalthir, so you were able
Yeah.
to grab him out. And as he does, you kind of like. It's strange. You feel light all of a sudden, and then incredibly heavy as you like exit the field of the rift
Yeah.
and crash to the ground hard.
I mean, I was holding. Would he crash? I was.
Does Kalthir
Like,
look
pulling
visibly
him?
any different?
His eyes are.
Please
Purple.
don't ask me to do a perception check.
I will not ask you to roll a perception check.
Shit, how many years is he having?
462. Kelthir's like,
How old are you?
What's your age?
Oh,
I don't want to say.
Oh, you just aged.
a little shy.
You just aged. You definitely feel a little bit slower, a little bit more aged. Take the middle number and multiply it by 2. That's what.
That's how much. Okay.
well, he's a three at least.
Well, you can
Yeah.
say.
so am
how-
I though. So that doesn't.
Oh, well, now they know.
You
but-
feel. You
bit.
feel roughly.
A little bit older.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Astra.
Does he have a goatee now?
But does he look visibly any different?
You don't look visibly any different at all.
Who are we talking about?
That's
Astra?
good. Yeah.
I
Well,
feel
she's-
like
she's
that
also not
amount
out
of age
of-
for me. I wouldn't look any different.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't look
Yeah.
any different.
She's also not
No,
out
I
of the
aged,
storm
but I don't
yet.
look any different.
Am I
Kinda.
still floating?
Is he like full graybeard now?
Yeah, that's true.
He's got to be full graybeard now.
Oh, probably.
Or maybe it doesn't impact him either
No,
because
it
he's been
wasn't
hit by
that
the
old
storm.
of a dwarf.
That's true.
Wait, are you floating right now?
Yeah, both of them are.
You
You'll float
notice
too.
something. As the lightning bolt hit, and it almost like impacted near you, your hammer started to crackle a little bit.
Yeah, you got the magic.
And it absorbed some of the impact towards you.
Oh shit.
You are resistant to lightning rift damage.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, he's got the magic energy flowing through him.
But
now.
you still do age 18 years.
18 years?
So you got like a couple gray strands now. Yeah.
If you exit from the storm, or
Well, I'm still floating.
You
I'm still
and
floating.
Astra are still floating.
Yeah,
Astra!
she's from Icefall and she's
Yeah.
a secret
We
agent.
need to get out of here!
She doesn't age.
Okay. Are we just like floating?
You're
Or
floating.
are we like, oh.
You can't move.
Can I cast Mage Hand on myself to just pull?
You
my-
can.
Okay.
You're
If you
currently
get within
weightless.
10 feet, I can grab either one of you.
I'm
So
gonna
if you
try
swim
to.
through the air,
I'm
You're
gonna cast,
currently weightless, and Mage Hand
can't
lets you move
swim
things
through
that
the
are a
air.
certain amount
you can
of.
swim through the air.
No, I
Okay,
can't.
I'm gonna
I've seen it in
cast
movies.
Mage Hand, and then I'll have it grab Timon by like the shirt and pull him out. And
Where's
then
your
have it
grapple?
like I'll have it
Astra.
kind of like toss him, and then have it come
Yeah,
back.
so
into
as
the
soon as you're in
thing.
range, I'll grab him, pull him out.
As soon as you exit from the area of the storm, you fall to the ground face first.
Do I notice if I am heavier than usual?
A little bit. You and Kalthir both notice that you are a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Like it takes a little bit extra
Yeah.
strength to like pull yourself up
Oh, I could have totally.
off the ground. Astra, now
the
you're
other
the
way.
only one who's floating in there.
Oh.
And you use the Mage Hand to like push yourself out as well.
Yeah.
Get your way out.
Oh man.
Question.
Yes.
Do I take all of the 17 points of damage from...
No, you take half.
Alright, no more going in there, please.
So that means... 8?
Yes. 8.
Is everybody okay? Kelsey, you have a goatee.
And a monocle. Where did
Leave us no
going to
king.
be
What
like
happened?
just kind of inspecting her skin and markings within
tattoos.
reason, with like not getting too risque here.
You look the
Nothing
same.
scandalous.
As you look at like your body, you do notice a new tattoo on one of your ankles.
Wouldn't be your first
A
character.
new tattoo.
Astra, Kaltir, are you guys okay? Do you need a help?
It looks like 3 dots, like a constellation, like almost like an L shape.
Wait, you have a new tattoo?
On one of your ankles.
Tattoo.
Ooh. An L shape for loser.
You also like as you're kind of like coming to and like gathering yourself outside of there, you feel heavier. Like you have a little bit of difficulty getting like standing back up from the fall.
Oh.
I help them up.
Are you guys okay?
Oh, we're already helping them up. So
I'm holding Astra down.
Yeah.
Fuck you!
I look like towards the center of the storm, trying to see any signs of like the shimmer that I saw for the first time that made me throw a rock.
Make a perception check.
If we're still by the wall, I'm gonna reach in and grab one of the floating rocks, pull it out. Can I do that freely?
It's heavy. Well, no, the rock is light, and you
Yeah.
pull it out, and it becomes immediately very heavy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
10.
Very interesting.
You don't see any shimmering rifts, but you do catch a few more characters of runes forming in the lightning from around you.
Wait. Oh, can we see those like just from the outside the storm? Like in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You
the last
look
time
around
I
for them?
started seeing them from like way out.
Do you look around for it?
I was looking at the lightning before
Make a
words.
perception check.
Do I too?
Make a perception
Why
check.
did you do this to me?
I'm not actually looking at those right now. So like when I
14.
16.
What languages can you speak?
I can speak.
Oh.
I can speak Common, Dwarvish, Gnomish, Loxodon.
You see a character in Loxodon, a language that you've never really seen written before, so it's strange.
Weird to me.
What's the
Yeah.
languages on this thing?
You notice Arkmir. Rune.
Elvish, Infernal, Thief.
It's
Infernal.
It's infernal.
Yeah. Hands down, it's
You already knew about.
Oh.
Infernal.
Well, there seems to be some.
Oh, write it down.
How
Write
many
it down,
characters
fast.
do I see? Just,
I'm not sure.
If you guys keep watching, you see a few
oh.
different characters.
I don't
That's
even
very
really
good.
know what it
That's
is.
very
Word, and you can text me
Oh,
if I
here.
do.
Oh, yeah, just spreading in the air.
Astra, actually, you won't know. Oh, Claire, do you know what that is? I'm kidding. Astra, do you know?
The big one.
Oh. Oh, shit.
After a few minutes of watching, you put together a word, Arkmir.
Wait, I can read it?
Yeah, we can.
Astra?
Oh, I didn't know I could read it.
And Celtic.
I can read all writing too.
No, it's in Loxodon.
But I thought you said it was weird to me.
It is
It's weird to you, but you do
okay,
recognize
I
it.
don't need you. It's okay.
Son of a
Each of you
bitch.
see
I didn't get this message.
some runes forming on amongst these lightning bolts, and they seem to all be forming some words.
Mine says God.
Says, don't trust Calthier.
Yeah. Astra did it.
So I also after that go back to
You weren't paying that much attention, but you can't help as they're
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
if
talking
they're
amongst
all like, oh
themselves.
my god,
they're-
what's that symbol? Like I
You look up
I
and you
look
see
up.
runes, and you recognize what like the word that they're getting at. Especially for you, like you immediately recognize the word that they're getting
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see a word. But then I kind of after I'm like, "Eh," and I go back. I'm not going in, but I'm right there, and I'm trying to look again to see if I can spot the creature or whatever it was that was moving.
safekeeping pouch.
That's right for mine too.
You
Ouch, too.
don't see a creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
That page.
Oh, you
You
got
do
one
see
too.
something else. I will whisper.
Look at the same book.
Secrets.
Ah, this secret was brought to you by Dwarven Forged
Mine
Lightning
looks
Storms.
blue.
Yeah.
Can we all agree that
I think
Astra's
that,
a secret agent
that
from
was-
Icefall?
What? I'm from North.
Yeah,
North.
what do you think North is? Icefall.
I don't know.
Confirmed.
North.
North.
Northfall?
He just thought, baby. North.
I've never actually seen that writing very much.
Timon, come with me, and I run hard to the left.
What?
Do
I
we
pull my
come with you?
shield and my hammer.
Anybody who wants to come, but this may be someone we saw before.
What does that mean?
What?
Do you think it's the one that
I don't know.
showed up the last time?
Do we come?
I say as I'm running.
just go.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
And as I'm running, and I grab
The one we saw before.
I grab
I don't
Stoneheart,
think we saw anything.
and I put my arm inside the storm as I run to try to charge it.
Amazing.
You dart and you start to run, and
I see Timon doing that. I'm just like,
you're leading the way. You saw
charging your
almost
hammer.
like a
fuck yeah.
cloaked figure of sorts exit from the storm. Just walk into one of the alleyways. As you approach the spot where you think you saw the figure exit, you turn and look down the street, and you can see like a cloaked figure almost walking off in the distance.
Oh, motherfucker.
Maybe some 150 feet away from you.
I'm gonna try. As I'm running, I don't stop. I don't stop, but as I'm running, I'm going to yell out, "Stop!" And I'm gonna cast command on the individual I see at the end.
Oh shit.
And now that I
Roll
turn the
off
corner,
battle.
yeah, I definitely get. You see the little lightning flare on my arm too, as I see you. Yeah.
What is the save on that?
It's a Wisdom 15.
Oof. Figure stops.
Oh wow.
Alright, we keep.
Keep running.
As we're going, I just say we only have a few moments before it'll wear off.
All right. And I hit my fist together, and I cast Giant Smite on myself.
Does that give you more movement?
Nope.
Oh.
You all get roughly within maybe 70 to 80 feet of him or her, the figure.
It.
You can see now the figure is wearing a long like black cloak of sorts. You can't really see much more, to be honest. It's like looking away from you. It stopped, and then it disappears immediately.
Disappears?
I think it just goes.
Yep.
Did it look like a woman?
Wait,
Hard to tell from.
Was
Fucking
there
on you, man.
rubies?
I'm telling you.
I immediately
it's fucking
cast
on you.
invisibility on myself.
How tall? How tall?
As you cast the invisibility on yourself, the rest of you are immediately like stop for a moment to like, what's
I got my
happening?
shield and
I'm
You
still
cast the
running
invisibility.
towards
You
the-
see the figure darting off in the opposite direction from you.
Okay, I keep running.
Yep,
Yeah,
one-
I'm still in pursuit.
you're still in
You
pursuit.
can see invisible people when you're invisible? Is that what just happened?
No,
go ahead,
they
Armin.
casted invisibility. I
Yeah.
casted see invisibility.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
I'm just gonna follow Kelthier.
I was taking the
Yep.
potion of clairvoyance that I have.
Oh shit!
That's all.
I don't even know what that does.
Yeah, what does that
does
do?
I
it
believe it lets you see people that are invisible.
If you somehow can stop him, I'll cast Fairy Fire. Cast Fairy Fire. But
I thought that's what it did.
follow Kelthier.
It's not quite what it does. It lets you. It basically lets you spy somewhere that you know. It's kind of like a scry spell, but
What?
not quite.
Oh man.
It's alright.
It's
Follow
more useful, I thought.
follow Kelthier.
Yeah.
So we'll follow Kelthier.
The figure kind of like darts straight up, looks behind, sees that you're all still in pursuit, and darts off into an alleyway into the side.
I'm still in pursuit. I'm going wherever I see them going at the moment.
Do you say anything? Because I'm still running towards the last place I saw.
Yeah, I'm just yelling. No. Well, yeah, because they disappear. I'll just yell like I still see them.
Well, we see Kelthier. We don't see her.
No, I know.
So we'll just
I
follow-
still see them.
Yeah.
Where is it going?
The figure darts into an alleyway.
Oh.
As you come to the entrance of the alleyway, you don't see them, but you can make out almost like a small, like mound of clothes or something off to the right side, like maybe 20 or 30 feet in.
Okay, let me just check if See invisibility.
Have we caught
not
up? Have the rest of us caught up?
Does see invisibility? How does see invisibility work? I need to actually look this up 1 second.
For the duration, you see invisible creatures and objects as if they were visible, and you can see the ethereal plane. Ethereal creatures and objects
how I
appear
know when
ghostly
I'm
and translucent.
Okay.
Using uncanny dodge to keep up with.
You
Top
see this
here.
figure slouched on the ground, and you can tell that in this mat of clothing there's a figure.
Is it that figure?
Seems to be.
Huh. And they're not. They just stopped and sat down.
Yeah, they're kind of just like slouched on the side of the alleyway.
And how close am I?
They've
this
dropped
point?
invisibility at this point.
Okay, how close are they?
30 feet.
They're about 30 feet out. And they're not acknowledging me in any way?
No, they're kind of just like sitting there, almost like playing dead, ending to be dead in some ways is what you got.
You'd be ever so slightly behind me because I'm a little bit faster than you.
Yep.
I'm just going to hold an action for if it seems like they're going to try to get away again and wait for the others to get there and kind of catch up.
We don't seem to be moving.
As soon as I turn and I see, I book for it.
It's a bit of a tight squeeze in giant form through this alleyway. I'm not gonna lie. You
Just
probably
wait,
can't
I'm
actually fit through it in your large size. Like, this is literally like an alleyway between two buildings. You're gonna have a hard time getting through.
How many turns?
Argument, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, would it be reasonable for me to say that I've been using my uncanny dodge to gain extra?
You would have been
essentially
moving.
speed to,
You would have been
fast-
moving much faster, so you
Yeah.
would have actually caught up to Calthier. Not uncanny dodge, just like
Oh, sorry,
cunning action.
Cunning action. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You would be the fastest person sprinting forward here. Yeah.
You're probably right with me then.
You're,
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know where they are.
Yeah, you haven't been able to see them, but Calthier has been able to see you. So you two are probably the first ones to get there.
So
And you also see this like a figure just slouched up against the wall, about 30 feet down the alleyway.
If you've kind of acknowledged it.
well, you can see them now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't know who they are, but
I'm gonna position myself kind of maybe just higher up over. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, still waiting there.
the
but
professor would probably show up next and just stand beside you, growling,
but I'm kind of waiting for
getting ready.
this kind of cue from you.
Question
And then
here.
you
How many turns have passed since I cast Giant's Might?
probably like 3 or 4.
3 or 4? Okay.
We'll bring her out for you on a skewer.
I am just looking.
You're in
I am
the
outside,
alleyway.
just looking at the alleyway, seething. No.
I will wiggle in. It's probably tight, but it's an alley. I'm not monstrous.
Yeah, like you're in like
Yeah.
medium-sized
Yeah,
creatures. So
yeah.
medium-sized, like 1 square is basically the width between this alleyway.
Yeah, I am large
Yeah.
right now.
Well,
There's just a figure that's sitting on the ground. Do any of you approach?
I don't know if anybody's going to approach, but if
yeah,
nobody does.
I will.
Okay, yeah, sure.
yeah.
That's-
I'll start approaching.
I'm coming
I'll
down
just
from the other side.
have an action ready. Same thing in case she tries to dash.
Alright.
You just see the lightning crackling through my entire arm.
I'm getting close too, and I have my hand in my backpack ready to do something if
Throw
I
both at
To
them.
do
Yeah,
something.
you got your grapple.
Ready
hook,
to
yeah.
do something.
yeah.
You're grabbing the smelly powder.
to make them stink nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you approach, you can look down and you can kind of see the figure's face, and the figure kind of looks up at you all. Dark brown skin, a little bit of a stubble on his face.
Oh.
He's got like a raggedy cloak, tunic, pants, almost like a raggedy hat, and he looks up at you all. Oh, fuck. This is quite the coincidence. Quite the little soiree we got going on here.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you again. Or, well, wait. Have we met yet?
Oh shit.
Son of a bitch, he's a time traveler.
Never can quite tell when I'm coming through.
Oh my god.
Well, have we met?
So,
You all recognize.
That I was
Yeah.
saying.
You
It
recognize the
definitely
attire.
is-
You recognize the face.
Does his
It is
age look
Ted.
any different here, or he looks the exact
It
same?
looks exactly the same as when you last saw him.
Okay.
Teddy?
Sure, let's go with that. And you see him like lift up his hand. He's wearing a ring on one of his fingers. He like turns it once, and his entire appearance almost seems to shimmer. The raggedy clothes that he's wearing almost morph into like a gauntleted hand of sorts. Black and silver metal half plate armor just appears across his entire body. His ears, as you're looking, elongate. It's clearly an elf or a half elf of some sort.
Interesting.
The hat completely disappears, replaced by almost like a winged helmet.
Oh.
You notice that his armor is also, in several ways, strange. The right side of his armor, where he was wearing the ring, seems pristine, almost like it was like made yesterday, in some ways. Like pristine gauntlet pads, shoulder pads, pauldron, like very beautiful. Meanwhile, his left arm, like the armor is rusty, beaten, battered, old. The pauldron is almost completely missing. There's just two leather straps holding the armor together.
Is that just on his clothing, or is it like on
Scars,
person?
It's just like on his clothing.
Okay.
You do also see on his back, you see one really long greatsword that's just strapped to his back, and a second one that is just a scabbard that's empty.
So he's Geralt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks up at
Holding
you
an Erica right now.
and stands up.
Huh?
I feel like do you have ink?
Oh, it's in my pen kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all
He kind of like he kind of stands up, looks at you all. Well, y'all did give me your names last time we met. I do apologize for having to leave as quickly as I did. Pleased to meet you. I'm Riftwalker Theodore Constantine.
What?
Constantine.
Riftwalker, Theodore,
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Constantine?
What exactly is a Riftwalker?
Well, I thought y'all were smarter than that. Travel through these things. Points back at the storm.
How?
Well, go in, you avoid the things that walk around it, find one of those damn portals, step inside,
Do you know other
emerge
people?
somewhere else.
Do you know other people who have
Are
done
you
this?
the only one?
I can't answer that.
Why?
Show him the picture.
I am outside of the alley
Yeah.
right now.
Oh,
Too
why,
big to
why
go
can't
in.
you answer that?
I'm
Well,
gonna run to
um,
Time End.
I would be in a lot of trouble if I answered that.
From who?
The rest of them.
I run over to Time End. Can I have the picture of Anya?
Can we just pretend that we never met?
You get like
I
the giant
don't-
picture right now.
I don't think that'll be
They shakes off
possible.
me, right?
I don't think that'll be possible, and in fact, we have quite a few questions.
Yeah, I'm not really allowed to answer any of them, to be perfectly frank.
Oh, well, that seems like your time is up. So, you know what? Have a great day.
Have you seen this girl?
She goes by Anya.
Anya. Name's familiar.
Is it
Riftwalker Ironbeard. Interesting.
is it 1 minute past yet?
Probably not.
Dying to
Probably isn't. to be
Yeah, yeah.
honest.
Motherfucker.
I'll just
How
look
do you
back
know?
at. I'll look
How do
back
you
at
know?
you. And be like,
Do I hear anything?
You hear the conversation happening.
Did I just hear Riftwalker Ironbeard?
You did hear Riftwalker
I
Ironbeard.
punch
Oh my
as hard as I can the wall, like of one of the buildings, in anger and frustration, and
That you're so
that I
huge.
cannot go in.
Yeah, you're going to have to answer some questions.
I'm telling you, I can't.
Then take me
Tell
to
me-
your leader.
Ironbeard!
If you can't tell us about yourself and what you're doing, at least let us know. These storms seem to suck up anyone that comes in their path. Are they also just traveling somewhere else, or are they dying?
It depends.
Hypothetically.
It depends on if they got hit by a lightning bolt or they managed to make their way into the portals. And he takes off his gauntleted hand, and you see on the back of his hand, he's got a long crystal that's embedded from the base of his knuckles all the way down to his wrist. It's like a long, iridescent, glowing, bluish hued glow crystal.
What does that do?
This lets me walk through the storm, relatively speaking, unharmed.
The lightning avoids you with that in your hand?
Yes. The creatures will still... They don't like anybody being in there, to be honest. It can get quite hairy. I have to be careful making my way through, but the lightning bolt doesn't bother me.
How did you get that?
Can't tell you that.
Do all Riftwalkers have one?
At least one.
Does Riftwalker Ironbeard have one?
Yes.
Oh.
At this point, you're your giant's white.
I shrink down and I run inside.
Anya's alive.
Yes, are you sure?
He looks back at you and...
We
Well-
dwarf about this height, scrawny, very long braid.
Time's a bit weird. So let's say at some point she was alive, and at some point in the future she may be alive, and right now she may be alive, but I have to admit I don't quite know.
Stop bullshitting me. I need to know if my sister is alive. It has been 1 year. 1 year.
I'm telling you what I can, and he actually starts to laugh a little. I don't know what I don't know.
So who might know? Who can we talk to about this?
Do I look funny to you, boy?
The storms are dangerous, as you all know. We swear an oath to not reveal any of the secrets that we know. I've already told you too much. Knowing any more will put you at greater risk, and me. You can find the answers that you're looking for with... Let me just go.
No, answer that. Finish that sentence.
Anya is probably alive. Yes.
Where do we find more answers?
Look around, Teddy. This world is not in a great spot. This city is falling. We need any help to understand these storms.
You can trust us. We're trying to do our best to stop this.
Let us help you.
That's not my call to make.
Whose is it?
Who can we speak to?
Go to Icefall.
Oh, you mean Asher's home? Yeah.
Find... Find Tisha.
What?
Shit.
Tisha's the...
Yeah.
the
Well, is it Tisha? Is she dangerous?
He pulls out the greatsword, and as soon as he does, even though it's halfway out of the sheath, it sparks with flame.
Yeah.
So cool.
So am I. Drops the sword back into the sheath.
I think it's a question.
That
Do
was
you,
your cue to spawn a
do you go
psychic
by-
dagger.
Yeah.
do you go by Lord Constantine Theodore?
I just put that together. What the fuck?
Maybe. I guess. Now. At some point.
I didn't even fucking clue
Did
in when he
Dorgan-
said that. God damn
Did
it.
Thorgan make this sword
Yes,
for you?
the last time I was here, I asked the blacksmith, because I recognized the name, to make me a piece.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
fucking put it together too.
Yeah, I'll go pick that up this time. I mean, you really just caught me here. I'm kind of on a social visit of sorts. There's a little bit of a gathering or a party of some sort happening soon.
A soiree?
You could call it that.
Where?
Word 2.
Ward 2.
Yeah, we know about it.
Will Tisha be there?
I don't think so.
Is there anything we can do about these storms right now?
I don't think so. We have the best and the brightest minds working on it. You can trust us that if there is a way, we will find it.
Maybe you can use one more smart mind, or 5.
Like I said, that's not my call to make. I'm more of a, let's just say, I travel alone, and I get stuff done. If you want to start proving yourself to me, you can. I can maybe try and put in a good word, but it's not my call to make at the end of the day.
How?
It's the leaders that matter.
Leaders of what?
Okay,
The
I'll give
leaders
you-
of the Order
make a
of
persuasion
Draconis?
check. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
With advantage?
Yes.
I'm not gonna roll that.
Come on.
What is this? That's a 14 plus 2. 16.
I will give you a name to look up in your history books. Don't mention it to anyone. Do not ask for any help in researching it. They have eyes and ears everywhere, and generally the people who are trying to find us are the type of people that we don't want to be finding us. Keep an eye out for the Wormguard ring.
With a Y or a U?
With a W-Y.
Oh, I totally wrote it that way.
Worm what, sir?
Wormguard, G-A-R-D. Ring.
Ring? Doesn't spark any bells.
Never.
Never. Okay.
Nah, same with me, I assume.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
You mentioned creatures around these. So, what are they?
All sorts of things, to be honest. Fought many myself. One of them broke my old sword, to be honest. Several of them kind of bit off more of me than they can chew and managed to survive. Some of them I've had to run away from. I've entered storms only to leave maybe 5 minutes later when there's a giant standing in front of you.
Any advice should we ever encounter one?
Don't go in. Don't go into the storms. Leave it to the experts. We are the foremost researchers and warriors against this coming storm. Let us do our job.
How long have you been at it?
Give or take 1,000 years.
Sounds like you could
Maybe
use
less,
some help.
maybe more.
It's been a long time. Still haven't figured it out. Can you answer me one question? You seem to be using the rifts around the city, and maybe you know, maybe you don't, but Mr. Halfstep, Hammond Halfstep, is missing. It said that he went into a red lightning rift. Do you recognize the name?
I do recognize the name.
Is he alive?
He's alive. He doesn't really travel much anymore, though.
Is there any way we can speak to him?
You can give me a message. Next time I'm in town, I can try and relay it to you. If I see him in my travels.
When is he?
Why is he?
I think that's part of the problem. I think he's stuck a little bit out of the when. I would have to deliberately attempt to go
Tell him-
some when
Tell him Harriet's in danger. She could use her father.
I'll see what I can do. Honestly, I'm more of the explorer type. I fight stuff. I get stuff done.
Well, we were told you were an expert in red lightning rifts, and right now you're not much of an expert, nor are you willing to help. So your name precedes you.
I'm good at my job. Tisha's a bit more. She might be able to reach beyond the veil and speak to.
Should we run into you again and you don't remember us, or if we seek out Tisha, is there anything we can say that will let her know that we are to be trusted? Or you?
Am I still connected to you?
Yep,
Then I'm just gonna say in your head, we have her staff.
we do.
We can deliver it.
Just mention the name Haster. He'll let you in.
Oh,
Come on!
no, you son of a bitch!
Wait, what name?
Faster.
The boy on the other side of the fucking wall.
Yeah,
Oh,
son of a
fucking
fuck.
actor.
You guys don't.
We don't know that name.
No, I know, I know, yeah.
But Astra, you do
Yeah.
catch that.
Yep, my eyes just go like boop.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna relay back to the big one.
Don't let him know
That's
you
totally
have
something we can do, but before that happens, I need to figure out my situation here.
it. We should probably take care of that.
What do you know about this Haster fellow?
Already said too much saying on that name.
Just curious.
Do you ever meet the other Riftwalkers? Whatever the fuck you guys do?
Once in a while, yeah.
At Riftwalker Con.
Yeah.
If you see Riftwalker Ironbeard, tell her I'm looking for her. And I won't stop until I find her.
You laugh, but it's strange. When I meet them, I won't know whether it's the first time I've met them.
Are you
Or
guys
not.
going in different timelines?
Yes. Which is why I don't actually know how long I've been attempting this. Maybe I came back here from somewhere else or not. I don't know. All I know is my purpose. Right now, I'm in town to track down somebody who's attempting to make things go really bad.
Who's
We
this?
think. The reason I'm here is a party hosted by one Lady Garnett. Have you heard of her?
Yes.
It's been brought up.
We're familiar.
I'm gonna be going there and trying to suss out what she's up to.
You don't already know, given your.
No, we don't already know, but we have an inkling that there might be something strange coming, but timelines are a bit shaky. You know?
Sounds like you don't really have a way to control the timelines.
No, we do not.
So let's say somebody invents something. How useful would that be?
Like a TARDIS?
I mean, it could be. I don't know what you would try to attempt or invent.
I'll figure it out.
Sure you will.
In fact, I already have 4,736 years from now. I'm just kidding.
Let's
That
just
was-
say if
that
we're
was a
honestly
joke.
all around 4,736 from now, and not just you, all of us, we would have succeeded.
We'll see you then, and we'll party.
We'll have a soiree.
Apple teenies.
Could use a soiree. I do apologize for bailing last time. I was very excited to hang out, so to speak. The storm was nearby. It was convenient to just leave without having to figure out alternative modes of travel.
We saw
Left
you.
at night. Really?
So why are you sharing all this information with us now?
Because I'm worried that you won't let me leave. But find out.
What gives you that impression?
Yeah. You seem like the kind of guy who'd be able to just get up and leave if you wanted to.
Make an insight check.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the guy who should be doing it.
You didn't notice or like ask that line of questioning.
I didn't, but if I'm trying to read his response to it, I'm right there.
And not one.
Does it smell weird?
Damn it! Can I look too?
Sure, make an insight check.
Does it smell weird? Because I got
Does
a
not
I'm gonna get
smell
two nat
20.
ones just because I begged.
Yeah.
Well, not much better. 13. 14.
You gather that he's probably just playing along.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he
Yeah.
knows that none of this stuff really matters in the grand scheme of things,
He's
whether he
also
tells you
like,
or not.
it's not worth the effort to.
It's
fuck
like, you guys are gonna
up.
die anyways,
Yeah.
that information.
He knows
will
that
go.
if you all, like, he's basically saying, if you all keep going down the way you're going, like, going into the storm and stuff like that, you're gonna die anyway,
Yeah.
so it won't matter.
Question.
No.
Last question for me. If you're,
He puts his, like, gauntlet back
if
on.
you've seen other timelines, what happens to Schema?
I've been to a timeline where the city doesn't exist.
How far in the future?
Pretty far in the past. Also been to a timeline where the city doesn't exist pretty far in the future. If I told you when that was, that might change that timeline from happening. It might change other much worse things from happening. Might make other much worse things happen. I found that telling people about what happens in the future and the past tends to have consequences.
I've seen this in a few movies, but I think they're wrong.
Have you considered calling yourself timekeepers?
Time Lords.
Yeah.
There's a timekeeper.
No, we don't. We don't control the timeline. We are traveling through it.
But you
The
could
TVA.
with this whole
Yeah.
butterfly effect.
We're traveling through it to try and find a solution to a very particular problem, and we have been doing so for quite a long time.
What problem's that?
I'll let you figure that one out.
And if I figure out a way to fix it, am I supposed to tell you?
I'm sure if you figure out a way to fix it, we'll cross paths.
Really quickly, is his armor like look like anything else we've seen?
The heavily gauntleted portion.
Yeah, that part of it. Or his helmet.
As you're like looking closer, definitely has like the flecks of red that you've seen in those bricks,
Okay.
Yeah.
but not the blue undertone to it. Just the flecks
Okay.
of red.
Does his ring have any kind of notable signet or anything like that on it?
No.
Okay. It was just the ring he turned in his armor.
Yeah.
Went Iron Man style.
Can
It's
I?
basically like as he notices you kind of looking at it, he like turns it again, and it goes back into like it's basically a ring of disguise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just lets him change his appearance.
Can I tell what material the armor is made of?
It looks similar to like the
Yeah,
iron
it's-
bars that you have a few of.
The
Yeah, it's like-
flaked ones.
It's not the same because it doesn't have the same like bluish
Blue,
cobaltish undertone.
That could have been.
But
But it does have like the
Yeah,
red.
we're assuming that was like infused with the blue cobalt
So,
or whatever.
It is iron
It's
fused
an
with like some of those
iron.
like darker.
It's
Like,
an iron alloy.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, perhaps we'll bump into you at the party.
Apparently, I'll go and pay Torgan a visit and pick up my new sword. I'll try and swing by this soiree, so to speak.
Actually, one last question.
One last
question.
And one more.
Do you know how long these storms last? I'm not sure if you noticed, but we placed our own contraption in the storm. And
To be honest, I didn't really see it. As he looks up towards the storm, seems to be dissipating.
Perhaps we should get going
Is
then.
Seabot 1000 still with us? I assume he is.
Yes.
yeah,
Have you heard from 3000?
Give it a thumbs up.
Guess we'll.
Well, Teddy, it was nice to re-meet you, or...
You do clock that, like, Seabot 1000 was probably recording this entire conversation.
Fucking poggers, this little bastard. It's like
Destroy him.
he's like this big. He's so little.
You can tinker it.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting attached permanently to the professor. He'll be the rider for the professor.
So is Nibner, to be honest.
Yeah.
Nimnor's recording it?
No, Nibner's heard all of it.
Oh yeah.
You don't know. Holding a knife to him.
Okay.
Oh, maybe that's not a good thing that he recorded it. Oh.
Yeah.
That could be a good thing.
No.
Could be a bad thing.
It's going back to Clank.
Yeah, Clank's a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure to re-meet you or meet you again. I'm not really sure I understand it, but I have somewhere to be.
And I will start heading towards the device.
As long as
Farewell.
it's dissipating.
Yeah.
Before
See
we
me
go,
again. I don't know if it'll be future or me or past me, so.
before we go, what can you tell us about the shards, about the acorn?
Acorn? What acorn?
Don't tell. Okay. He doesn't have.
Never mind. I turn around and I leave.
Squirrels. What do the squirrels do with
Are there still squirrels?
I'm trying to piece things together.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now we've said too
nice
much.
choice of words.
Cast modify memory.
Yeah.
He just, like,
Do you have another
strokes
pen?
his, like,
That's a
stubble.
way higher level.
See around. Kind of, like, just turns around and turns the ring to go back into, like, a hobo form, basically. Starts making his way down the street. Away from me.
When he goes into the hobo form, does he act differently? Does he act like drunk like he did last time?
I mean, not right
Or
now.
smell
He
drunk.
doesn't need to.
Interesting.
He's just walking.
Alright, yeah, I'll start heading, and as we do, I'll just.
I told you she was still alive.
Aye. She's alive.
We'll find her.
Riftwalker.
She sounds badass.
That's pretty cool.
If she's alive,
She is alive.
why did she not come
It
to
might
us?
Sounds like
not
may
be
not have
that
much
easy.
control.
She might not have a crystal. We don't know anything really about the process.
Then how does he know her to be a Riftwalker? Sounds like they don't. I have so many questions.
Or I think maybe they do have some element of control, but they travel through so many timelines that they can't discern when things have already happened or not. Like meeting us.
Maybe for her it feels like less time has passed.
I mean, if we take his word for it, I mean, it sounds like they've signed up for a greater purpose. She may, even if she wanted to, she may not have visited you out of risk of potentially ruining whatever it is they're trying to do.
Or protecting you.
Yeah,
Some
or
kind of
protecting you.
sacrifice.
It could be if he mentioned that there's some force against them or trying to stop them. Perhaps if they knew that she was connected to you, they would come after you. So, again, this is all speculation. We have no idea. This is a lot of information that just got dumped on us here.
Well,
This
whether
was a
we
word drop.
we have very very little reason to not believe it. Granted, he just walked his way out of a storm.
For a second time, apparently.
But it
that
sounds
we've
like-
seen.
We saw him before. I'm sure it's him.
You were right. There was someone there.
It's obvious that whatever's happening here is not the biggest concern in the grand scheme of things. But
Yes.
we'll find her, and you can ask her yourself.
Have any of us, or myself, like, have we seen a crystal like that in his hand before anywhere else? Oh no.
He said they had a bluish hue. Did it look like any of the other blue crystals that this.
It was more of like a pale blue, and it was also like shimmering, almost like prismatic at times.
Do I know anybody in the city in my years of being here, knowing higher up people, mentioned, seen anything like that?
Nope. Nothing.
Did it look anything like Clanko? Because you said he was shimmering, kind of.
Like a guy like all.
Yeah, he's just a crystal.
You've never seen or heard of anything like this before.
One thing, like, oh, go ahead.
I'll just say one thing we know for sure now is she's out there. We just have to know where to look,
And when to look.
which might be a little bit harder, but
And who to look?
I will begin working on it.
And how to look.
So, as we're walking back, because I assume we're walking and talking back towards, assuming the storm
Yeah,
is diminishing, we're probably heading towards that. As I'm kind of replaying everything in my head and kind of like taking notes and everything, do I ever recall in anything I've ever read or heard or anything like that, any sense of time travel?
Time traveling
Salesman.
Make a history check for me.
Time Traveler's Wife.
I think so, yeah.
It's a movie.
That's like
13.
Counted red.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like obviously it's like one of those things that is like a holy grail of sorts of magic, but
It's
you're
like
not in the society or any of the readings that you've ever done would that
Sure.
even have come up.
it's theoretical or like aspirational, but never.
Like honestly, your society would have just been like, don't try this shit.
Well, one
Just
thing is
don't.
for sure.
Just don't.
Yeah.
We-
I understand what you're saying.
We now
Yeah.
have a starting point. The Worm Guard Ring. I'm sure the library in Ward 1 might have some reference somewhere. But first we should
I think yes.
make sure our arc mirror doesn't die.
Well, let's see what your guys' device would accomplish.
Well, he
if
didn't give
anything.
me too much hope. Basically said nothing will work, but
Well, I mean, it might not be able to stop the storms, but perhaps it still gathered power.
So source of energy.
we'll see.
You make your way towards.
Yeah, just being careful, but like
hallway.
moving, like keeping an eye.
The cloud seems to have disappeared almost completely. So,
Cool. Yeah.
you make your way through and you see the device almost standing in the middle.
Yeah.
See about 3000 there, like doing like the robot dance. Like
Or
next
is he
to it.
dead?
He's flossing. He's flossing.
Yeah.
Seabot 3000 is just standing there.
Jesus. Way to go, Alyssa.
As you look at him in the distance, you can see Seabot 3000 just standing there.
Oh. Seabot, are you okay?
I believe so.
Did anything happen?
There's a lot of floating rocks.
Yes.
I saw some stuff moving around above and around me.
Okay.
Kind of hid behind this device, to be honest.
Did anything hit it?
Don't think so. I didn't hear anything.
Did you see any creatures?
Yes.
Which creatures?
There were quite a few of them. There were a couple of them flying around in the air. One that looked like a really big bat. One that had many tendrils of sorts floating around behind it.
Do you have any? I don't know if you have this functionality, but did you take any pictures?
Do like a projection, like
Yeah.
Well,
And then on the streets themselves, there were several quadrupedal creatures, almost like large cats. There was something like a giant lizard of sorts.
oh,
Quite a
wow.
lot of creatures. All of them seemingly affected in some way by this lightning.
Well, it's glad to see that you're okay.
They paid no attention to you, though?
No.
Interesting.
Well, Nipnor, perhaps we should see what happened.
Well, I don't know if they saw me. I was hiding.
Very, very sneaky.
Very, very sneaky.
I can be very still when I need to be. I don't need to
He's
move
just
around
like-
and make as much noise, breathe like you mortals and humans do. They could pretend to be powered off and just be a lump.
Sure.
check the device. We'll go over to it.
At first glance, it looks almost exactly like it was as you left it. As you as Nipner kind of takes a look at the panel, mess around with it. It's definitely holding something within the chamber.
Are you saying it worked?
Seems like it. I don't know what it would do, but it's definitely holding a charge. It's holding something in it.
Oh wow. Okay. Perhaps we should get it out of the ground and get it away from this area. If you think that's safe to do. I didn't really think about past the part of it working.
Well, we should get it out of here. I don't think the legs are going to move again. You'll probably need to.
Oh, that's what I can. Yes,
twist,
we added some
deattach
mechanisms that we can
detach those legs.
Sure.
But container integrity seems to have held despite the damage. It is almost completely out of ether shell, but
we can replenish that at a later time.
It's at this point that you also notice that around you in the ward, the power's gone back up. And it is now almost nighttime. So it's pitch black darkness, roughly speaking.
Perhaps we could take it to the Spire in Ward 6 and see if we can. You know what I mean?
Just give the power to
Just
the
hook it up
Spire,
and see what happens.
It's worth a shot.
What is holding the charge? I thought it was the cylinder inside.
It is.
It
the
is.
cylinder
It is.
inside, yeah.
But you said it's also empty of the.
So the gel that requires to work, the little vial.
We
is
topped that up
pretty
at
much
the
empty. We topped it up
Ward
at
one.
Spire
Ward
1, so the
Spire.
device would just work.
It did something.
Yeah.
It used that.
The gel's gone
gel
and
up for
the
something.
cylinder's now charged with something.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I don't
I've never
know.
really seen readings like this before. Normally, when I travel with the repulsor cylinder, it'll absorb energy from around itself when it runs to keep the storms at bay, but it's usually only a tiny fraction of this.
So you're saying it's a big charge?
It's definitely full of something.
Okay.
Don't know what it is.
I didn't expect this to work. Yes. Okay. Well. Maybe this is not the most safe device anymore. It probably is like a bomb.
Another thing happens that I actually forgot completely about. As the storm ended, Healthier, you suffer 5 levels of exhaustion. Timon, you suffer
Resistance?
3 or 2.
Let's do it, you and I. We got this.
You probably won't.
You suffer 2 levels of exhaustion. Astro, you're fine.
Goddamn weirdo. Well, you're back. You're back. The exhaustion's back.
Two.
Yeah,
So
two, but
Kelter,
not
as you approach
mother
this, and maybe it's at this point that
You
the weight of
collapse.
the entire situation kind of sinks in, and you collapse.
You collapse. Yeah.
Oh.
I
Oh.
don't even know how to do it up here.
Oh.
What even is exhaustion?
I think it's the
It's
condition.
yeah, it's a condition.
It's yeah.
Oh, active conditions.
Yeah.
Kelter just
Just
collapses to the
condition.
ground.
Oh.
unable to
No.
move.
Oh no! Maybe the storm hit him like it happened with
full
Timon. Timon, how are you feeling?
I feel
Oh,
a little
not again.
woozy, but
Oh.
Are we gonna need a
tired.
bigger wagon?
We're gonna need a bigger wagon. We need to get these folks into some rest. Perhaps we should find a place to stay, and then perhaps Nipnor and I can go to the Spire and just try it.
Yeah.
I don't think we should spend all night with a fully charged supernova-sized bomb, but getting these.
Yeah, C-Bot 3000. Can you pick up Calthier here?
No, sorry, Seabot 1000.
About 3,000 reaches down and picks
No,
up
1,000. 1,000's like
3,000.
it's like Guido from Cars.
C-Bot 1,000 has time. Wait, with 2 points of exhaustion, what are the effects?
His is bad.
disadvantage on ability checks and speed is halved.
Yeah, speed is half, sucks because he's already
You
slow
can't
as fuck.
walk.
Well, right now his
Correct.
speed is reduced to 0.
I can't move. My
Yeah.
hit point max is halved. I have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, and then
Plus
speed
the other
is
two.
well, my speed is
So
0,
we need to get them
and-
to an inn to at least get rid of one of these.
Oh,
So
We should find an inn immediately.
I mean, there's a lot of empty buildings around you.
that too. We could. Well,
And
maybe
I-
not.
and
Maybe
I
not on the
look-
edge in case another storm comes. But
and I
we'll go.
look at Astra. Astra, are you alright?
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
don't.
yeah, I don't know.
Is
I
she
think
bullshit?
you're
yeah,
right.
I want to insight
What?
this.
Make a side.
Why do you
Deception from.
I just don't want you guys to feel bad for looking
16.
like dying when I'm like,
I mean, technically, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not unconscious.
18.
I'm just a
Yeah.
vegetable.
Yeah.
I'm a,
Still with the black wide eyes.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
you
bullshit.
can
Yeah.
tell.
That
She
is.
seems.
how are you guys feeling?
That is a little. She was in the
Clear.
storm, right?
Yep.
You seem normal.
No, he's not normal. He's probably feeling the same that I felt the first time I got hit by that. And now I feel
We'll
at
discuss.
least half as bad.
But you look older. Again.
Don't kick a man while he's down.
Calculator, you look the same. And so do you, Astra. What is happening here?
We need to discuss this further, but let's get in one of these buildings a little farther away from the edge of the city, and try this out, and then we'll discuss some things.
You all make your way away.
So
from
we'll
the
get
edge
away
of the
from
city.
this area, and we'll go to a building that's a little farther away than where we were when we
About
were outside the
3,000
storm.
is just carrying Calculator along behind you.
Yeah, we'll find a place and get them.
So you
some
grab
rest.
the repulsor stone there?
Yes, I have it, and I'm very careful with it. But yes, we left the legs
Strapped
there.
to your back?
Probably strapped to my back, yeah. Fully charged, supersonic, ready to blow. But
Hold up, I need to walk a little slower.
Yeah, sorry.
You find an abandoned. Maybe it's a shop. Maybe it's a building, like a academy building of sorts, or a training building. It's labeled the Evening Whistle.
Evening whistle.
And as you enter, you actually is like almost like a tavern of sorts.
yeah, we'll quickly
Just abandoned.
Arkmir and myself, and I guess Asher, she's feeling fine. Unless she's still faking. But we'll check to make sure that it is fully empty. There's not, people loitering.
It's safe enough. You go upstairs. You do find a couple of locked doors.
I'll kick him in.
With Arkmir's help, you pick the lock. You break it in
Yeah.
pretty easily.
Yeah.
Place seems fairly empty.
Seabot, please put Kelthier down here to rest. If you wouldn't mind, it'd be appreciative if you stay by his side and make sure nobody disturbs.
Certainly.
And then Timon.
Just get that Seabot to put you into your meditative
Yeah.
pose.
Yeah.
And just
hold
hold him there. This is how he sleeps.
Like Weekend at Bernie's.
Alright, Timon, feel free to take your pants off and sleep anywhere.
I just fall
Yeah.
on the ground. Pants on.
Seabot 1000
That's
just
how you
there
know he's
pulling the
tired.
pants off.
Yeah.
Just,
What a
Seabot
creep.
1000 just
Yeah.
pulling your pants
Pulling
off.
my pants
Oh,
off. Revealing the pale white butt
Yeah, the
cheeks.
pale white buddy.
Nibnor, before we settle in, we should try and go to the spire quickly.
So far away from here. I don't think
Is
we'll
it?
be able to.
6?
You walk. Well, yeah, it's not 6 hours away. I said it's
No,
still
no,
far
in
away.
Ward 6, it's that far away?
It's at the center of the ward, and you are at the edge of the city, right? So it'll take at least like an hour or two to get there, and then an hour or two to get back. It wouldn't.
Do you feel like it's safe to have this here tonight?
I don't even know what it is. So
Okay. Guess we'll wait until the morning, but if we wake up dead, it's not my fault.
I think so long as we don't activate it, we should be fine.
Okay. Well,
But I am curious as to what it is and what it does.
well, thanks to you and your help,
That was
I
quite
have
something.
something cool.
Never been in one of those before. Honestly surprised we got out of it alive.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the smartest play, but You did well, and I appreciate your help.
Hopefully tomorrow we'll find some more answers about this.
Alright. Everybody
That's a
get
pretty
some
good,
rest.
pretty good spot to wrap up the session. Turn in for a long rest.
We're definitely having watches when we come back. And fucking-
Riftwalker Ironbeard? Are you shitting me, bro?
She's the coolest Ironbeard.
Easily the coolest.
I got-
I met a cooler.
I gotta say, when I wrote Taimun's backstory, I thought, well, she's way cooler a character than Taimun.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we will be back next week and we'll see where the story goes. There's definitely a longer and more lore-filled episode than I expected.
Cool.
Alright.
that command.
I
Got it.
works.
Bye.
Fucking. What's his name? What is his name?
Constantine.
No, but what is his?
Theodore?
No, fake
Teddy.
name.
Theodore
Teddy. Fucking
Constantine.
Teddy.
I mean,
Teddy's
it wasn't his
short for
fake
Theodore.
name.
No,
but-
Teddy's short
Teddy
for
is
Theodore.
short.
Yeah.
Theodore
fucking Teddy.
Constantine.
Fucking Teddy.
Well, yeah, Teddy is short for.
Nah, fucking Teddy. It's like
Yeah.
Jeff. Jeff's gonna be proven to be
Jeff.
a ice fall.
Yeah, but then we're gonna
Anyway.
meet Riftwalker Jeffador.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we still streaming?
Bye.